It's time to roll. Jump into the fight with your friends there beside you. With courage and with might, you'll prevail. Through the darkness of the night, let the dungeon master guide you. And step into the light, tell the tale.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome. Hello.
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 Sorry, I had to do that a bit differently because it's the first time I've been streaming on YouTube at the same time as we do D&D, and I had to work out how to make the audio go to the right place, but not the audio of our Discord over the intro. So
Hello, YouTube.
That would have been
it's fine.
Did not consent to being on YouTube.
Don't worry, the algorithm will bury us. Literally nobody will see this.
Yes, of course. Welcome everybody to Dungeons and Dragons episode 41.
Yeah, ooh.
Wow.
It's
An
been
auspicious number.
It's been a while. The last episode
That's
was
how old I am.
before Christmas. It's been over 2 months. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Wow.
Blimey.
I know. Surprised me too.
Times.
Yes, we struggled to get together, and then sometimes we have to cancel last minute. We've had some tabletop simulator fun and Divinity instead on sometimes.
Impromptu divinity.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that's good.
we're finally back. Unfortunately, no Andy. He's in Europe doing the musics. I mean, his tour will probably be finished by the time we next manage to have an episode. So maybe he'll be back. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
In next,
Then I'll
Autumn.
go away somewhere.
yeah. But yes, I am
more likely than you think.
Dave, the Dungeon Master, and I am joined.
Hey, Dave, the Dungeon Master.
Hello. I'm joined by Sam
Hi. I'm
and
not Dave the Dungeon Master.
Bloomers. Thank you for the 10 months.
Hello, I also am not Dave.
Lucy.
Also,
that
not
way.
Dave.
Hello. Angelotti.
Hello, also Daveless.
Oh, I thought
David.
I thought you were me.
David.
Yeah, David. Okay.
Damn it. Love it.
David.
Fabulous. Yes, we play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, custom setting and campaign. Sometimes using TaleSpire, sometimes not, but always using our imagination. And you could use your imaginations too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What beer does Sam have?
No, this is it's not even ginger beer. This is that whole
Oh,
earth
that was that
organic
thing.
ginger.
Is it nice?
Ooh.
It's actually not bad.
Hey, good.
Wow.
It doesn't have like the ginger sort of bite
Dave.
that I was
Nice.
expecting.
My beer is
Yes.
red.
Yes,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ching.
Cheers,
Dave and I
everyone.
are classy.
Nondescript energy drink.
Nah.
Yay.
Nice.
Chat, what are you drinking? Sound off now. Tell us.
Yes. Chat. Hello. You are here. We acknowledge you now because during the game we will not acknowledge you. You just have to sit there and watch us. Although sometimes we type in chat, we just don't talk to keep
true.
the immersion of the game going.
It's like the
We've got a
fourth and
Baja
half
Blast.
wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Fabulous. Yes. We will call out subs and follows and whatever in the middle and at the end. But otherwise, we will just stride forth into the world of role playing and never look back.
Yay.
Yeah,
It,
sounds good.
it'll be epic. It's been a while. We might have to do yes an extended recap. If you too would like a
Oh, yeah.
recap, you can either watch the all of the VODs on YouTube right from the very beginning, except for maybe one which was lost into the ether. But if you prefer to read, you can go to the dungeonsanddragons.fandom.com, run and maintained by the fabulous Andy Pants, and read recaps of all of the
Originally
episodes.
created by Sil.
Yes.
Cillian?
Ah, yes.
Cillian?
This is true. Yes.
So yeah, there's recaps for every episode. I go there to remind myself everything that's happened.
Ha!
Yeah.
You're not meant to say
There's
that,
the link.
Dave.
Yeah. No, I know.
Remember everything.
I know
Perfect.
everything.
It's in your notes.
I say
Right?
every time,
I mean,
want-
there's some
I want
stuff in
Andy
the
to start,
notes.
like corrupting things, and just be like, oh yeah, and
Oh
then,
yeah, this happened.
Most of my notes, you can see behind the scenes now, are just pages of numbers crossed out
Yeah,
at the
sounds about right.
tracking
Yep.
hit points and
That's
things.
exactly what I do.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, you don't, Dave. You don't remember when Magpie got a second Wand of Wonder?
Oh yeah. If you
Just
I'm pretty
dual
sure-
wielding.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's in the wiki.
Oh.
if you
Yeah,
point
I'm
them
pretty
at
sure
each
it's-
other and fire at the
I
same
think so.
time,
Oh,
the
that'd
universe
be amazing.
explodes.
I was gonna say, yeah. I just create a nuke, basically.
Well, it's an advantageous Wand of Wonder. So you roll 2 dice, and then you just like you pick.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
you pick the best one.
Sure.
Prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fireball.
Roll Wandered Wonder with advantage. You get to pick the effect you
Oh,
want.
that would be. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
good.
Amazing.
So yes, I guess previously on Dungeons and Dragons. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh.
The party set out from, well, most of the party set out, half of the party set out from the pirate island of Skip in search of gold with a mercenary band, but also looking for the kidnapped son of the king of the western half of the cracked continent. Along the way, they discarded the mercenaries who attempted to strong arm them.
Discarded.
Yes,
In the bin with you.
basically.
Bye-bye.
Put the track.
They were joined by
Wasn't
Baracus,
Woo!
a figure from Magpie's past. Along the way, they gained Tuli, the
Yay.
druid, and Ogbur, the barbarian.
Yes, bud.
Uh,
One.
and after a brief encounter with a dragon from their past, who they finally dispatched, they made their way further in through the forest in search of what came to be known as Big Scary Castle, or Big Scary Castle. And upon finding it and the strange hybrid creatures protecting it from the outside, they ventured in, upon which their minds were taken over by strange and realistic visions. Magpie was sent back to the city of her youth, seeing her mother again for
still
the
young.
first time in a long time, but then was attacked by many dragons, laying waste to the city, and in attempting to wake herself up by taking damage, was knocked unconscious. Ogbur was found himself in the plains of his homes, being attacked by hordes of undead of his past foes and clan, fighting them off only for them to reanimate and attack him again. And after a conversation with an ice giant from his past, who he had fought and gained the large axe that he wields from, had accepted his fate and the reasoning that you can't always just keep fighting to solve all of your problems with violence. Sometimes you have to let go and build something instead, and managed to wake himself up from the dream, where he saw the rest of his friends in their vision stupors, in this antechamber of the castle, with several arcane flickering torches on the walls, one of which he tried to extinguish with his hand, but it just reignited. Tuli was in a vision of the Feywild, where she's originally from, which you could see her homeland, but it was then attacked by dark creatures that inhabit the midnight lands of the Feywild, and in running away is just kind of hiding. I think you turned into a hedgehog and you were curled up at the foot of a tree, just kind of evading pursuers. Stone found themselves in darkness, confronted by echoes of their family and fallen friends of the past. Found themselves unable to wake themselves. The Void TM, yes, thank you, Andy. In
Can't wake up.
in empty nothingness, unable to do anything to save themselves or their friends. Xander was in a strange room with pools of blood on the floor, fighting shadow creatures and another strange grinning human figure who seemed familiar but he couldn't recognize. And in trying to escape, he is in the middle of his blink spell, where he disappears from his vision and is transported to the ethereal plane, where he can see through the haze of etherealness the room where he and his friends are physically, but keeps popping back into his vision when he retakes his physical form. Yes, some of the shadows did look like himself as well.
Oh, I was also having an existential crisis because a tree slapped me in the face.
Yes,
Oh,
there
yeah.
are trees. So that is where we are. Baracus is also seemingly under some manner of vision spell. So, who would like to go first? I guess we'll just kind of go around. Everyone where you are, whether in a vision or not.
Bear hugging Xander.
Oh yeah.
Ogba was bear hugging Xander, but then Xander popped
he
out
popped away. Yeah.
of the physical
That's right.
plane.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Because Xander was swinging at people, and
Yeah.
I was trying to stop him. Yeah.
It's currently just me and Ogba who are awake, as it were. One's
Yes.
awake as well.
Baracus was heading towards Stone, but Ogba kind of shoulder checked him to the ground, but he's kind of getting back up with his dual swords.
The orc is helpful.
Yep.
Ogba,
This is
go.
the one thing he's very specialized at doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Stop that person.
sent a message to Stone.
Oh yeah, I kept
who
telling
heard
Stone
you
to
in the
slap
void.
themselves. Or at least Stone keeps trying to slap
Mhm.
himself.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just existential crisis hedgehog. So
So what do
I love that
what do
band.
Ogba and I
Existential
see?
crisis hedgehog.
Okay, nice. Nice.
Sorry, what was that, Magpie?
What do Ogba and I see? Like, do we see? Yeah, what do we see at the moment from the others?
So you see Stone, who's on his knees, blood trickling down their forehead as they just smacked their face into the stone ground. Thule is just curled up, hugging her knees, slightly swaying. Baracus is getting up with his swords, just kind of glazed eyes, heading back towards you and Ogba. And you just hear a voice kind of echoing around you. Guys? Something's weird! And then pop, and Xander is back in his glassy-eyed body, just kind of looking around, apparently not being able to see you.
Right.
Okay. not swinging at people anymore, though.
No, he's not.
Okay. Maybe I should try and restrain or grapple Baracus until we can wake him up.
Yeah, I guess go for it. I'm
Sure.
gonna wander over to Thule and just gently poke her on the shoulder and just be like, "Hi."
Okay, Baracus, make a strength check for me. Contested with Baracus. Open a special dungeon book that has all
Very
of my
nice.
dice in.
Nice.
And roll it in there.
So pretty.
Loading up TaleSpire. Yeah. It's been loading a bit slowly for some reason.
Actually, I think this is it athletics for a grapple? It's been a while.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
It's for
athletics then.
grapples. Though you can, yeah, so for the person making the grapple, it's athletics. For the person resisting, I think it's also athletics, but then you can use acrobatics to escape it from there on, I think.
Yeah.
Use acrobatics
that sounds
to
about
get
right.
out if you want, I think. But I am a bit rusty. It's been a little bit of time since I played D&D, so... let me just get in so I can roll dice and TaleSpire.
Oh, sure.
It's loading it now. There we go. Sweet. Right. D20. Off we go.
Ooh.
That's a 5
I
plus
was like,
8.
that is a
Ah.
single digit, right?
That's
So,
a 22 from Baracus.
oh jeez.
So
I'm not raging, so I don't have advantage.
no.
So it's-
Uh,
okay, sure.
so
I
yeah,
guess
you-
I go for him, and he senses me or something, and just
Yeah, his just kind of fighter senses duck underneath your arm, and he had continued advancing past you towards where Magpie is, heading over to poke Thule. Magpie, I'll say you can have
I poke Thule.
your turn before Baracus has his.
Oh, good. Marvelous.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm just gonna gently poke Thule and just be like, "Hi, are you awake or are you still in this weird zone?"
There's seemingly no response. Hedgehog Thule, you feel a slight jostling from somewhere, but you don't know.
Can I try and message her as well?
Sure.
Just, "Hi, I think you're in a like weird dream thing. We all were. We're not sure how to make people wake up. So I guess
Oh.
oh dear.
And that's
Try
where the message cuts off because you've run out
Yeah.
your limit of words.
Shadow Realm.
Oh,
You're back now.
I am back.
You,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
froze and then went super fast forward.
Oh, weird.
Discord doing Discord things.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thule, you hear that message in your head. It takes you a moment because not knowing Magpie for as long as the others, and kind of being reminded of your origins, it's not immediate, but the voice is trustworthy for whatever reason you hear in your little hedgehog head.
No.
I guess I am somewhat reassured that maybe trees don't hate me, but I think I will
No.
remain a small, bald hedgehog and unsure what other action to take.
Sure. Okay. Baracus advances on you, Magpie.
No, he doesn't.
Sword in either hand.
No, it's not allowed.
Okay.
I'm on 1 HP.
Oh dear.
The first attack
No,
is a 13 to hit.
that doesn't hit.
No.
Thank God.
First one, you're kind of knelt down next to Thule, and he's not looking at you. He's just swinging a sword. First one goes
Cool.
straight over your head. Second is a 21.
Ah,
Oh dear.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So you take 5 points of piercing damage, and you are
I'm
unconscious,
unconscious
again.
again.
I'm not a healer.
I only have so many spells.
Join the void TM.
Stone, you're the
Currently, I'm.
Stone. You're the only one who hasn't had a turn yet. So
I
I mean, you're aware of the fact that you're not where you need to be because
yeah,
you've
I'm
tried to wake
conscious.
yourself up a few times.
I'm conscious that I'm still in a dream, snake eater, but I don't know how to get out of this. So I'm lying face down on the ground, I guess, and just headbutting the floor and attempting to
Still going.
Yeah.
not
Just
render myself
Bonk. Bonk.
unconsciously conscious or something. I don't know. Like, okay, well that doesn't seem to be working, but I don't.
It's a very funny image.
Well, you've given someone who naturally in their day-to-day life struggles to wake up at the best of times a real problem here. Like, how does one solve this problem? I don't know. I've yet to figure it out in my real life. How to wake yourself up from a
Is there a cat nearby?
yeah, like is
That'll
there
work.
like a hungry cat that wants to go through a door and get some food, or like I don't.
you can make a perception check if you want.
Yeah, I'd love
Okay.
to. Not specifically for cats, just a perception check for how do I get out of this.
Sure.
Go
Go for it.
Okay. How,
D20 plus wisdom.
yeah, I was going to say, how does anyone play D&D again? I just back on. Okay, perception.
Whoop,
Well, if it's
sorry,
perception, it's 5. So I will. D20. Yes, just the one. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a 5, and plus 5 is 10.
Oh.
TaleSpire is rigged.
That's exactly what I rolled.
Yeah.
I said
Yeah,
it.
can
I
we
said
get
it's
some,
only one number for the dice today.
No.
Oh, great, that's good. Yeah. Well, then that's 10 all told.
You look around the darkness. You see darkness.
Yeah, that checks out so far. Good.
But at the same time, because of
Mhm.
because of your affinity for the dark and for Twilight specifically,
do have that.
this isn't any darkness that you're used to. It's probably most similar to like a magical darkness spell, but not quite because it's so expansive. But it's not like
Right.
the lack of light that you're used to.
Right. I mean, I don't have any kind of dispel magic or anything like that. Maybe. Twilight Sanctuary, I was thinking, does that do them to sort of like clarity or anything like that? It's no, causes M1 effect causing you to be charmed or frightened. Maybe I'm wondering whether I even just throw like use a channel divinity to throw a Twilight Sanctuary on myself, just to give myself. Let's just take an action.
Okay.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going to. I cast Twilight Sanctuary on myself.
What's the range on that?
30-foot radius.
Okay, so as you concentrate, think of your deity, and when you open your eyes again, you're still surrounded by darkness, yet within 30 feet of you, you can see Ogba, you can see Xander, you can see Baracus taking a swipe at Magpie and Thule. And you can see one of the walls, just kind of in this like sphere of vision, around the edge of where your Twilight Sanctuary is.
Okay. Cool.
So, yeah, you're now able to see somewhat of things that are going on.
Nice.
What's anybody else doing?
If that's the end of my turn, by the way, I will. I guess I don't believe that I'm charmed or frightened, so I'm just going to take some temporary hit points.
Sure.
1d6 plus my cleric level. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. You also don't see. You don't see Baracus taking a swipe at Magpie. You see Magpie collapsing on the floor as blood drips off of one of Baracus's blades.
Okay. I am just gonna give myself 12 temporary hit points.
Okay.
I have now done.
Magpie, make a death saving throw.
Nah, not again. I hate this. I don't know where my d20s are. Oh, they are. Whoop! That is a 10.
I think 10 is a success.
I think
10,
it is.
it's 10 or up,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I had a feeling,
think,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like,
I think 10 is a
Okay.
success.
Congratulations.
Good,
Just
good. I have
fucking
done so many
barely.
death
Yeah.
Oh boy.
they reset,
Yeah.
don't they? Because you got up, so
Yeah.
They reset. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
reset each time. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, nice.
So, Ogba, Thule, anything you'd like
I'm
to
going
do?
Does-
to try and restrain Baracus again.
Does Magpie get temporary hit points as well at the end of her turn?
Do people have to be conscious to get?
I
they
don't
might
know. I feel like
do.
we've had this before, and I don't remember what
Let-
the outcome was.
Let me have a look up
imagine it's
Twilight Sanctuary
I
again.
don't think
Who is conscious?
I don't think 10 hit points would get you up. If it could, that would be
No.
awesome. But
Does
no,
it
I
have to
think
be actual healing?
yeah, I think it does. But that's just my brain. I could.
In
be
my
wrong.
head as well,
I
like,
think
you
so,
couldn't
yeah.
gain temporary hit points if you don't already have hit points to
Yeah.
build upon.
That maybe, yeah.
It
Yeah,
feels
that
like
makes sense, yeah.
the
Let's have a
times
look.
by 0 divided by 0 is actually still 0 type
Yeah.
shenanigans. But again, that's just my.
That seems right, but I thought I would ask just in case.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. It's
Just in
worth
case
a
the
shot.
DM wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention and we could like just sneak that one across the table. Like, yeah, go on your feet. You're fine. Okay. But
Yeah, no.
I can within that see that Magpie's in trouble. So hey, maybe next time, who knows? Maybe
I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll
you
do
are
it
unable
with
to
medicine.
say due to lack of consciousness.
Oh, there looks like there is something.
Oh.
Player handbook. Okay, you can get temporary hit points while you're unconscious. It doesn't bring you back to consciousness or stop you from having to save death saving throws. But if you take damage whilst unconscious,
Oh, it's a.
It-
Sure, that's cool.
they can absorb the blow as long as the damage doesn't go over them. You won't
Oh, that's very
lose a
cool.
death saving
Actually,
throw.
That's handy.
That's a.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a little in the weeds little detail that I actually have never done. I forgot that. I didn't even know that.
Apparently, it's
Enjoys-
player handbook 158. If you want
Damn.
to look it up.
Thank
Enjoy
really cool.
16.
Ooh,
Thank you ever so much.
16.
Nice.
That's 6 on the dice plus my cleric level, which is 10. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's actually so useful.
Thank
16
you.
unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously if you go into if you go so far into the negative that it equals your max
Yeah.
hit points, you just die outright, no death saves.
No, it's
Yeah.
definitely not player
That's-
handbook
yeah.
158. I don't know why.
Does it depend on the
Oh.
version of the player handbook? Is it a
Well, it's
Sure,
5th
that's it.
edition. So, 198. Sorry, 198.
oh, that also? Yeah.
That makes more sense. Yes, in the temporary hit points section.
Yeah, that would make sense as to where that is.
Nice.
Yeah. That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. That's
Yeah.
actually very, very useful. Yeah,
I think that will come up again with a
I'm sure.
with a Twilight Sanctuary cleric.
Yeah.
Who could say?
But,
No, I'm retiring after this one. Twilight Sanctuary goes away. Never casting it again.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that was your lot.
So Brackus, I mean Ogba, are you trying to tackle
Yeah, I wanna try and
Brackus
grab it.
again? Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, that's significantly better. That's a 16
Hey.
plus 8, so that's 24.
That's a
Nice.
10 from Baracus this time.
Hey.
Sweet.
Just easily round the middle of the arms, clench his elbows
Nice.
to his side. He's not going anywhere.
Sweet.
Although, for his turn, he is going to attempt to break the grapple.
Yeah.
Ooh, with a 23.
Oh, it's not quite enough. That's scary. Yeah, and could I shake him and be like, "Come on, wake up, wake up."
You do have to roll again for the contested.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, it's every time
Oh,
someone's breaking it, it's a contested athletics.
Does he get 2 rolls on his turn to try and get out of it?
No, the first one was your turn to grab him. The second one was
Yeah, which he should have resisted, right? That's where the resistance should have happened.
What do you mean?
So I need to make an athletics check. And
Yeah,
that's the class
so
where
on
contested
he
roll, wouldn't
he
it?
rolled a 10 on your turn, and then he rolled a 23 on his turn.
Oh, then it went to his.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, sure. Yeah, I didn't know my turn was over, but fair enough.
Oh, sorry. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Yeah, I just wanted
Before-
to shake him.
Shake him, sure.
That's all. Yeah, I just wanted to shake him and be like, "Wake up."
Okay. He doesn't wake up.
I will roll athletics again.
Yeah,
Oh,
because he wanted to.
oh dear. Okay, so that's a 9 plus 8, so he might break out.
Why did you put him on the table?
Brackets doesn't have keys. There's no table in the room. What are you on about?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I got a 9 plus 8, so 17. So he breaks out of it.
He does, yes. And then he's just sword still in his hand. He's going to swing round. I'd say because just kind of around him, there's Thule and Magpie on the floor and Ogba above. I'm just going to roll 2 dice to see who he hits, or who he tries to hit. But it will be at a disadvantage if it's Magpie because she's on the floor. And he can't see her. Right. So 1 and 2 is Magpie, 3 and 4 is Thule, the rest is Ogba.
Sure.
That's 2 attacks at Ogba.
Okay, let's go.
I rolled 2 6s on 2d6s.
Nice.
Nice.
So that is a 16 and a 19 to hit.
The 19 hits, 16 doesn't.
Okay, that's 5 points of piercing damage.
Sure, that's fine.
As one of his swords.
I think that's the first instance of damage I've
Smashes you.
taken where it hasn't been halved.
Nice.
So,
And has he got anything else? No, that's all he's got at the moment. But he's still just kind of looking around.
sure.
Thule, is there anything you'd like to do?
Slightly spurred by Sam's out of character ponderings of not having Dispel Magic, I have realised I do have Dispel Magic.
Oh, really?
And in character, given this reassuring but perhaps not quite recognised voice saying it's a dream and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that's possibly sufficient for Tudor to be like, well, it doesn't feel like a dream, so the next logical assumption would be some magical shenanigans. So I think I
Okay.
will cast a Dispel Magic, but I don't know whether to up level it to 4th level. That's probably a good idea because spooky, strong.
It's a
magic.
better guarantee of success.
Yeah,
if you-
so
if
I
you can.
will cast a Dispel Magic at level 4.
Okay. Let me have a look at 4th level or higher. Most at the end, it says if it's equal to or higher than the level of the spell. Okay. So you cast a spell magic, and it is not higher than the level of the spell, but that gives it a DC, and you can make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Okay, so I'm casting it at level 4, so if it was 5 or higher, I would need to make a roll.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm making a roll.
Yes, please.
A 20?
20.
Nice.
A D20.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
No, I was.
Oh, sorry, you.
Sorry, I didn't roll it. Yeah.
I rolled a 20. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Just say a number and I'll take it.
Yeah. I rolled an 11. Do I add anything to it?
Your spellcasting mod, which is it Wisdom for
yeah.
druids?
Attack bonus plus 8. Is that right? Because that's proficiency plus wisdom, or
No, just your spellcasting ability modifier. So whatever ability you use.
okay, so it was plus
spells.
4 then, so that'd be 15.
15. You, in your little what you think is your hedgehog form, you wave your little hedgehog hands whilst curled up in a ball,
Yeah.
and nothing changes around you. You are still
No.
surrounded by dark woodland.
Yeah, it's a bit scary that it's a higher than a.
Yeah.
like out of character. That's a really high level.
That-
I'm worried about what boss.
that was
we're gonna
close.
face.
I'll say that was
close.
that was very close.
Okay. Okay.
Is that everyone's? I think that's everyone's turn.
Pop Xander.
Oh, does anyone else?
Oh, Xander
anyone else
walks over
pick
to
up any,
Magpie, just kind of looks down at her, and then pop disappears out of,
Thanks,
out of material
help.
plane again.
Blinking everywhere.
Yeah, was there anyone else within my circle that wanted any temp hit points?
Oh yeah, I think everyone is
Yeah, could I have some?
sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't
that
say. I
dice
wouldn't
just
say no.
gone all the way.
Yeah, it's a weird.
That's another 6. Dave, this dice is great. So 16
Oh,
for
sweet.
one of you. Oh, 14 for someone else. So who wants 16? Who wants 14?
I'll take the 14. I'll take the 14. Yeah.
It's weird because it's like you kind of
Thank you.
out of game. You choose whether you want to take the temporary hit points, but it's like even if you're like in a vision and you don't know what's going on, you still kind of feel the magicalness of being given
Yeah.
temporary hit
Yeah.
points.
I feel
Yeah.
warm and soothed.
Yeah.
like, for some reason.
It's one of those
I feel
things
more
that's it's meta gaming to
Yeah.
say I choose this, but there's
Yeah.
no kind of
But it's just how it
in-game
functions.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah.
So I'd say it's probably back to you, Stone, if there's anything you'd like to do.
So I can now. I've now like given myself like a patch of slight vision around me,
Yeah.
and the Twilight Sanctuary, it stays on me. Sphere is centered on you. Has a bit of
Yes.
it. Okay, so I can see that Magpie is looking down.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Don't know what you're on about.
Right. You can.
Like,
you can
with a gash, just like.
I'm fine. Everything's
On the
fine.
top.
you can keep repeating that, but I can't actually hear what you're saying because you're
I'm saying it in my
unconscious.
mind. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna crawl my way over to Magpie,
Watching
and
the store as you go. No.
yeah, and spare the dying.
Okay.
Just kind of crawl your way over and then just go.
Yeah, it's
Land on Magpie.
it's any co-op video game where like
Did you
your partner's
stand
been
up?
downed.
Were you not
just-
lying face on the floor?
I
It's like you
just
like
Rolling over.
sausage roll.
Commando
Oh, you-
crawling.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just blood pouring from my face, but from an open head wound. But just, no, it's fine. Just,
Fine, everything's fine.
yeah, temp hit points is like keeping some of that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, like co-op video games. Like, oh no, I've been shot 50 times. I'm down, and all you need is just your mate to come over and just tussle your hair and just say, "Good job, come on, back on
Yeah.
your feet." Oh yeah, no, I feel much better now.
No,
This
you
is great.
do the magic healing hands of just
Yeah.
It's
this.
just
Mhm.
walking
And
off.
Gears of War is always just like, come on your feet, like you're a good boy.
Or it's the like gritty World War II game where you pull out a big syringe of morphine and jam it into the.
Just
Yeah.
dig it in. Yeah.
No, this is
It's
D&D. It's going to
morphine.
be like healing head pats. It's going to
Yeah.
be like,
Who's a good little tiefling? Yes, you are.
like hair starts
Around the
standing up
horns,
from the
though, 'cause the
static.
horns gotta get
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like you're not getting back up, so it is a little bit more like the morphine syringe and the back on your feet, you're all good, full hit points kind of thing. But you take what you get, a cleric.
Yeah,
paladin.
Magpie's freshest wounds, they don't knit themselves back together as with normal healing magic, but the blood does appear to stop pooling out of her.
Yeah,
yay.
So she's not getting any worse.
yeah, it's just congealed to jelly inside you like a snake
Yeah.
bite. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's terminal, but we don't know.
Yeah.
So, so you spare the dying. You have,
Oh,
yeah,
excellent.
that's okay. You are stable.
Yay.
That's it.
Hmm.
Cool.
For the first time in your life.
Physically
Not sure
stable,
about that.
not anything
Yeah.
else.
Mentally still incredibly unstable.
Yeah, that's we'll address that in time. I don't have
Yeah.
I don't have therapy. I think I get that at the 6th level.
That's a 9th level spell, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
So
Powerful.
that's the end of the campaign, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
The whole campaign
can't-
is therapy.
I cast therapy. It uses all my spell slots. I can only do it once per rest. So everyone just come back tomorrow. But yeah, it was that. I'm assuming that was like an action.
I believe it's
It-
Spare the
it
Dying
is a
might be
whole action.
an action, yeah. So
Yeah, it's a cantrip, but it's an action. So,
Okay, yeah.
That I guess I have moved. I have cast a spell. I don't have any bonus actions. Maybe I just slump.
you can slump as a free action. I'll allow it.
Yeah,
Sure,
sick.
nice.
Okay, I'll do that. So good news. You're not currently dying.
Hooray.
I don't know how that interacts with you actually being in like a dead state and getting back up now that.
She's still
Well, I
unconscious.
have
Conscious.
17 temp hit points, so in theory I
But
should be able to get back
no
up.
hit. You have no hit points.
No, you're unconscious, but you're stable.
Yeah.
So you're,
Oh, so I'm
you're-
not going to have to make a death save.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct,
I'm
but you're
still-
still.
But if you
unconscious,
still take damage, that's losing
That's
a death
10.
save.
Hit points.
Yeah.
But 10 hit points first. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Nice.
You know,
Very
I-
complicated being unconscious.
Yes.
Yeah.
tell me about it.
I really should stop. Nice.
Ogba, back to you.
Yeah. I want to make sure that I just want to keep trying to grab Baracus.
Sure.
So what I'm imagining is just like I grab him and then he weasels away from it, and I'm like, "Ah," I just try and grab him again.
Yeah.
Just running around.
Yeah.
Going, come back, come
It's
back.
like Tom and Jerry, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Little bit, yeah.
Just like, yeah, yeah.
My brain went Scooby Doo, but Tom and Jerry is probably.
Sure, yeah. Right, let's.
Hungarian
Let
Rhapsody
us.
2 starts playing.
Amazing. Let us grapple.
Grapple. Ooh.
That is a 23.
Oh my god. I rolled a natural 20 for a 24.
Oh, stop it.
that's
Stop your
crazy.
rolls.
It's the dice that has the little octopus for the
Oh,
correct.
wow. Wait, hang on. Do grapples take the attack action?
Yes, I think if you have
extra attack.
multiple attacks, I think you can use grapple as one of them.
Oh, as one of them.
I don't know if you can
Is it?
grapple twice.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Are there any?
I have no idea. I'm sorry for bogging down with weird interactions.
No, it's fine. We're rules lawyering the hell out of this first
Yep.
part of the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, it's one of those. I didn't think I'd have so many weird interactions as a barbarian. It's like, you know, as a wizard, it's kind of
Trelawney,
par for the course.
It's your barbarian,
Yeah,
therefore,
true.
of course you're going to.
True.
Well, that doesn't help. It just says if you're able to make multiple attacks, the attack replaces one of them. So does that suggest?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like. Let's try googling grapple twice.
Yeah.
I've put 5e grapple rules double attack, and everything I'm reading is if you take the attack action and have multiple attacks, you can replace any of them with. So it certainly seems to be.
Yeah, let's have a look. The quoted section refers to the fact that one grapple attempt uses up only one attack and not a whole attack action. Thus, multiple attempts to grapple can be made in a turn if you have extra attacks.
Sure, go for it.
This is also supported by the man himself, Jeremy Crawford.
Yeah.
So, I'll take that.
No, it's fine. Go grapple again.
Sweet. Yeah, I do believe I will. Oh my goodness. JC. That's a 13 plus 8. So that's a 21.
It's a 16 from Baracus this time.
Sweet. Okay, so I've got him for like the next few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I? Oh, can I? I've still got the rest of my turn, right?
Yeah.
Can I run to the other side of the
Yeah,
room?
you can take half your movement because
Sweet.
you
That's
carry
still 20 feet.
Baracus. Yeah,
I've got 40
Nice.
feet of movement.
20 foot away.
So, yeah, I want to. Okay, so he keeps getting away from me. So the
Pick
second,
him up, like, nope, 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 nope,
yeah,
nope.
the second I manage to get hold of him, I lift him off his feet and just run to the other side of the room with him.
Try to score
Nice.
a try with Baracus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the
You
plan.
need to convert him next. Just punt him.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's what I'll do when I go back to the Rage Lands. We'll make a rugby team.
Oh, absolutely. But
That'd
like
be the best.
orc rugby would be amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
Lethal.
wouldn't it?
But
I mean,
Yeah.
that's Blood Bowl basically.
oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
true.
actually, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, sweet. So that's what I'm doing with my turn.
Okay. So let's say for Baracus's turn, he's going to attempt to break the grapple. I mean, it's a 6. Maybe if you roll a 1, but I still think you win.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the minimum I have is because I have +8, but I suppose a 1 is a 1.
It's not an attack. It's a contested
Yeah, it's a
athletics
well, it's
thing.
a
So I
resist.
think,
Yeah,
you can't
17.
lose.
yeah. 17.
So,
I managed
yeah.
to still drag him away. I can feel him weaseling. I'm like, no.
You've still got him.
Not happening.
Yeah.
You shall not wiggle.
It's like a bloody ferret. It's like trying to.
I was thinking
Yeah.
ferret as well.
Just throw every single one. Nope.
He is getting like proper wild. He seems driven into a frenzy by whatever it is he's seeing. You've never seen him like this, even in the heat of battle. He's always been relatively composed, but this is like you're holding a wild animal.
It's like if Ogba was Baracus and Ogba was raging.
Yes.
That's what Baracus is doing right now.
Wonder what his
Sure.
dream is.
I don't know, but it's okay. He's gonna wake up in the loving embrace of like 300
a massive
something
orc.
pounds of glorious rippling
All
muscle.
fine.
Yeah.
Glorious rippling muscle. All right.
It's Ogba's slogan now.
Yeah.
That's Ogba's dating
Amazing.
profile.
Yeah, 100%. Glorious rippling muscle. Brooding
Uh-huh.
is with him. That is the
Mm.
yeah. Amazing.
So Tuli, you're the only one who can do anything else this turn.
Yeah. I am going to. So in Tuli's mind, obviously it didn't work, but shortly thereafter there was this surge of warmth and healing. So she's going to be like, "Oh, maybe this is a sign that was the right thing to do. So maybe I'll try again." Because she doesn't
Okay.
know what else to do. She's just like, "I don't want to be here. This is terrible. The trees hate me, and everything's very bad. So I'm gonna try again." Basically.
Sure. Go for it.
And out of character, I'm like, "But I'm gonna use my last 4th level spell slot." But also out of character because it was so close, I better do that again. So I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic at 4th again,
Damn.
and dig down and hope this dice is kinder to me.
Okay.
That dice was less kind.
I mean, actually,
Come here.
it's out of character. I'm gonna help you out because it's like it's higher than level 4, which means you have to roll no matter what. Even if you
Yeah.
cast it at level 3, it doesn't give you.
Oh.
So, yeah, casting it at level 4 only
Oh.
helps if it's a level 4 spell, rather than a
Okay.
level 3 spell.
Right. Then I will cast it at level 3.
Yeah.
I did not realise that mechanically. Thank you for your
That's right.
input from a mechanical standpoint. Does that mean I can roll the dice again now that I'm casting at a different level?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay. Casting at level 3, definitely better.
Mm-hmm.
We won't talk about the dice that was because it didn't count.
No, it doesn't.
I have
Wasn't
rolled 18, and plus 4 is 22.
Nice.
That will work.
This is my pretty liquid cord dice too. Wow.
You wave your little hedgehog hands, and the darkness around you
When I
of
think a hedgehog.
fades. It seems to like melt down, like you were surrounded by a wet painting of a dark forest that's just now dripping off its canvas, and your form shifts as well. It's like you realise you weren't a hedgehog; you were just imagining you were a hedgehog.
No.
But eventually, you find yourself back in this antechamber. You'll
With a strong desire to
Mag-
find a shower.
Yes, Magpie on the floor next to you. You're covered in a little bit of her blood.
Sorry.
But you see everyone else, Ogbert grappling Baracus. Stone just kind of on his elbows on the floor next to Magpie.
Stone just like legs up, just like so.
But otherwise, this bare stone chamber with these magical torches on the wall.
And Xander nowhere to be seen.
Wait, there's a bear here?
Yes, it's a bear chamber.
Ah!
Yeah.
Amazing.
Someone get it some clothes.
Ew.
So that was your action, Thule. Is there
Yeah.
anything else
I
you'd
guess my
like to do?
reaction is going to be like, oh goodness gracious, I need to like assess the situation and come to terms with what's occurring. I think probably. 'Cause, yeah, healing spirit is. Oh, healing spirit is a bonus action.
Sure.
That might be useful, given that Magpie appears to be a bit dead.
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
Only a bit.
Not dead yet.
You are bleeding. Sure, okay. The intelligible spirit appears in a space that is a 5-foot cube you can see within range. I did one of these before, didn't I? Because it was like a little sprite
Yeah.
thingy. Yeah. It's a 5-foot cube. Am I close enough to Magpie to put us both in it, or do I just need to whack it on Magpie?
A 5-foot cube is basically one person in terms of
Okay.
D&D.
I mean, how close am I to Magpie given the...
You're right next to her.
Okay.
But unless you were sat on top of her, you wouldn't be occupying the same 5-foot
Yeah.
cube.
Yeah, I will place my spirit in Magpie's cube,
Mhm.
and make a concentrate for this.
Sure.
Whenever me or a creature I can see moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, the spirit can restore 1d6 hit points to that creature with no action required. The spirit cannot heal construct or undead, but that's fine, you're not that thing. As a bonus action, I can then move the spirit. Okay.
Sure.
So I just need to roll a 1d6 when Magpie starts their
Yeah,
turn?
I'll say since you haven't had a turn yet, Magpie, you can have your turn now and take 6 hit points if you'd like.
Well, 1d6.
Yes.
1d6, sorry, yeah.
Oh, what is it?
It's a 6!
Hey!
Nice.
That's what I said.
I'm
Good job,
alive
guys.
again. Woohoo. One, two, three, four.
And do the temporary hit points now go away because they were only dead hit points?
No, they're still there.
I still get them. Yay.
Cool.
So you
Is it still my turn?
yeah, you're awake, looking around. It seems like
Yeah.
Thule now has clearer vision, is looking straight at you.
Yay. Yeah, I sort of wake up a bit like... Look around for Baracus. See that Ogba's holding him. Give him a thumbs up. It's like, I'll get him back later. And then turn to Thule and is like, You here now? And then, sort of, I'll just sit there and just catch my breath for a bit because I don't really know what to do about stone.
Okay. Sure. Where did we get to? Going out of order. I've lost track. I
It'll
think
either be stone
select stone.
or Ogre.
I think it'd be stone.
Yeah, back to stone. Sure.
I
I mean, presumably, because you are seeing in your magic twilight space, you will now see that Magpie is alive and talking to Thule.
Yes.
yeah. I guess I will just. I will just shout, "Who's been casting darkness? Please help!"
Okay.
I do that. That's there. That's the tweet.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Called Zeke now,
Uh,
some god awful.
Maybe.
Again, you all hear a strange voice echoing around you, muffled but familiar, as Xander calls you to you from the ethereal plane. Hey, guys, I'm looking at these torch things, and they look really weird from over here. And then pop, and he appears again, but he's just looking around, still clutching carrot, but suddenly not talking to you anymore.
Okay.
Uh,
Ogbert is too stupid to be making sense of anything like that. He just knows he has to hold on. He just has to hold on to.
Wiggly Baracus.
Yeah.
I have one job and I can do it.
Sure. Yeah.
He just
Do you
has
want
hold on to the ferret?
Do you want to do anything to him before he attempts to break the grapple again?
I guess I'm just gonna I am just going to hold him, and maybe because Thule just woke up, so Thule may not know what's going on at all.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm just gonna say oh, in Ogba speak. What do I say? I know what I want to say. What how does Ogba say that? I guess he'd just be holding Baracus tightly. It's like, bad dream, possess, wake up, and just holding him, and I'm just shaking him vigorously.
Okay.
Poor Baracus.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't seem to respond to that. However, this time he's not going to attempt to break the grapple. He's going to attack you at disadvantage with his swords. Just try and whip them around just with his wrists and stab you. That's
Like that impulse advert.
7
No, 7 misses.
and 1 plus 4.
Also,
So no, he's attempting to stab you again, just kind of
Does a nat one
slightly
not
feral.
mean he stabs himself a little bit?
or maybe drops it. Maybe.
No,
He
he's
stabs himself.
he's a seasoned warrior. He knows how to not drop his sword.
Sure. Fair.
But no, he is
Yeah,
ineffective.
Still embracing him tightly.
Yeah.
That'll be my turn.
Yeah. Magpie. Thule. Back to you two.
Yeah. In response to Magpie being like, "Are you with it?" I'll be like, clearly I'm now conscious, but not quite sure what to. But I also want to be acknowledging that I've just heard Xander's spooky ethereal voice talking about the torches. So I think I'm gonna be sort of nodding and then just be the torches. Also, how much blood is there on the floor, and can shape water make blood be moving?
I think
That's dark.
if shape water worked on blood, you could use it offensively against a person. So I'm not sure that that would
very
count.
entertaining, some Avatar stuff.
Yeah. It's like everything's made of water. You can't
Cube of someone's blood.
you can't control a fruit, even though that's mostly
Fire.
water. I think it's got to be water.
Just flash freeze Xander.
Yeah.
We need to preserve him.
If it was ice, we'd have a more complicated conversation, or steam.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it does say that you can freeze water from it, so...
You can
in
freeze
theory,
water. Can you control ice in the same way you can control water?
I mean, the wording does say you can freeze water, provided there are no creatures in it,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
mean.
sure. I suppose you are, like, interspersed within your veins. So, yeah.
Unfreezes in 1 hour.
Are you
But,
trying to
yeah,
freeze the
it's-
blood, or...
I wanted to bend the blood to try and extinguish a torch, but that's definitely not going to work.
Bloodbending.
Yeah.
No, that might be a bit
Because
complicated.
there ain't no water in this room, so... we have all stuff, though. Hang on. Do I have a pouch of stuff?
You've probably got like a water skin or something on you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, my explorer's pack does say in the wording that I have a water skin.
Yeah,
So
I
could
mean,
I,
it's
like-
general adventuring things you'd have.
Yeah.
Cork, for want of a better phrase, me a water skin and try to it around a torch.
Sure. You go up to one of the torches. It's relatively easy at your height, just to reach up, and you kind of pour the water directly onto the torch, and it kind of fizzles and sparks. But as soon as the water drips off it, it's back to how it was
But
before.
no, I want to use shape water to make the water into a.
Oh, you want to contain it in a ball?
Yeah, I want to
Like
contain
a
over
sphere
the.
on top of the
Sure,
torch.
yeah.
So like a candle snuffer, but the water has been shaped using the cantrip shape.
Okay, yeah.
The
The water
top of
is now
that.
in a like
Sorry, I
swirling
didn't-
sphere around the
Yeah.
top of the torch. But though it sputters and spits and steam comes off the top, it does appear to still be a light within the water.
Magical torch.
Magpie, you saw Ogba attempt to extinguish one with his hand, and it failed in a similar way.
I wish I hadn't used all my spell slots up because I've got darkness. Not that would actually extinguish the torches necessarily.
Just no one can see it. Like, look, it's out. Look.
Yeah,
If I can't say it, it's not
Definitely
there.
out, no light. Yeah, fine.
But then we're all in the darkness, so we can't see it either.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're
like
just-
when
Yeah.
when there's a house in your fire. If you just shut a fire in your house, sorry, if you just shut the door, you can't see it. It's not there anymore.
House bringing my fire.
My fire's on house. No!
Classic. dude.
Call an architect.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Outstanding.
Can I try? Okay, I'm gonna. I see. Obviously, I heard Xander, and I see Thule trying to extinguish the torch. I just go, maybe this will work. And I prestidigitate. I apparently can instantly snuff out a torch, a candle, or something like
Yes.
that. So I'm gonna try and just
Water
point at one and go, go.
Okay.
Go off.
Does it do anything?
Yeah, prestidigitation is amazing.
What is your spell casting ability? Is charisma, right?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Yeah, it depends where it comes from. Yeah.
Where's my D20 gone? Ba-ba-da-ba-da. That is a 15.
You point at the torch, and nothing happens.
Oh, bugger. Damn it.
If we can wake up Baracus, I think Ogba's next move would be to just rip the torches from the wall.
That's not a bad idea, to be fair.
That's,
I might have an idea for something I want to try.
okay.
okay.
But since
sure.
we're dealing with magic, it might not work.
Yeah.
That's magic for you.
Yep. I guess I'm just gonna say to everyone, anybody got a spell that will put these out because nothing seems to be working?
Okay.
It's not some like wacky stuff where we literally just have to search the room and push an odd-looking stone, is it?
Probably.
Or like a...
But since when has our party been
Yeah,
one for common
true.
sense?
Yeah,
Well, any
true.
sense, let alone common.
Well, yeah, that too.
True. Yeah.
Uncommon sense,
Stone,
possibly.
back to you.
Right. So, within like my circle of vision
Yes.
that I guess I've afforded myself, can I? So I can see. Because trying to cast another spell is probably gonna. It's not another concentration spell. So I guess I can get away with that while I've got a concentration spell going, or do I need all that drop the spell?
You mean
so-
Twilight Sanctuary isn't a concentration, right?
Oh, I thought it was. I thought. No, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Is it a
'Cause
class
I-
feature that says you have to concentrate on it like a spell, or is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Because that might be what it is.
Not the Twilight
No,
Sanctuary.
it lasts for a minute until you're incapacitated or die.
Oh,
There's no concentration
Nice.
because it's part of your
Oh.
cleric ability,
channel
not a
behind
spell.
I guess
Oh,
until you
nice.
incapacitated or die, I've been reading as concentration because usually, like, if someone hits me and under the condition it would break a concentration spell, that also results in me dying. So they're
Yeah.
kind of interchangeable as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so like right now
okay.
you have Twilight Sanctuary and Aura of Life up at the same time.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's cool. I should have been looking to see what sort of interactions, if anything, on that. Until the spell ends. Hit point maximum can't be reduced. A non-hostile living creature regains 1 hit point when it starts its turn in the aura of 0 hit points. Forgot about that. That would have helped Magpie.
Oh yeah,
well.
that's how she came back last time.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, hey,
I didn't
Okay.
realise that was
Very
still active either.
irresponsible.
you,
Yeah, neither
you,
did I. No.
you,
No one
you,
did.
you stop playing for like 3 weeks.
Well, is
3
it
months,
is it a
and-
minute
exactly.
Aura of Life? Maybe
Oh, I don't know.
it wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, we may have
No,
had
10
enough
minutes.
turns.
10. Oh, you're fine
10
then.
minutes,
Okay.
10 minutes. Yeah, still going.
Totally.
No, what I want to do, can I see? Am I able to see that everyone like Magpie or no Thule, sorry, is trying? Go on.
Sorry.
No,
yeah,
go for it.
because unless Magpie moved during their turn, the sprite would still be on you. So when you started your turn, technically you would have got more health.
Ooh, nice.
Well,
Yeah.
no, she's only had one turn since she woke up, right? Or
No, but we had
no,
another
another
turn.
one. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
yeah.
my second turn since I've been
Yeah, this is the
conscious.
next.
Sure, have
No,
another
that's a 5.
have another
Have
D6
5.
then.
Yay. Thank you.
Nice.
Sweet.
Hey.
Sorry, that was
Um,
a
Gradually
slightly
getting up to a
Yeah.
normal.
Fine. It's all good. Right. So can I see that like the gang are trying to extinguish the torches through means?
Sure. Yeah. You also heard Xander say something about them as well.
Rad. Then I'm gonna go over to I guess the nearest torch or whichever. Like if there's a torch that I can see them trying to deal with, I'm gonna
Yeah,
pick myself up.
there's a
and
couple
go
on the
over to that.
wall in your sphere of vision.
Nice.
The rest are
Then,
outside.
as an attempt to extinguish one, I would like to stone shape and just like
Ooh.
cover the just pull stone over the torch.
Oh,
just
like
try and,
around and over. Oh,
just
Okay.
smother the thing with stone. Just
Like
Like,
that.
are you trying to crush it or just make a shell around it to cut off its oxygen?
Splice it.
I realise I have to
Destroy.
actually cast it at 5th level because I don't have any 4th level slots.
that's expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't do this lightly. I guess just smother it,
Okay.
not destroy the torch, but just smother it.
So you cast stone shape, begin kind of circling your hands around the area, and the bricks just kind of they pop out one by one and begin folding around until there's a little
Just
little case
And there's
around the torch.
just like Play-Doh, just smother the whole thing. Just like no, stop.
Yes, nice.
Like right down,
And it's just doing
crush,
some sculpting.
crush the wick, crush the fire, just like and just like build it. Yeah.
Nice.
So
increase the thing.
are you trying to crush the thing or just make a hollow
What?
thing around it?
Not. I don't want to give the flame space to burn. I wish to.
Just like as
What
tight as you can
happened?
around it.
Sure.
When the water fully encased it, in that it didn't go out.
Correct.
If you have the ability to destroy, that's what I would do. But
How will we know if the
Oh,
torch
okay.
is
Yeah,
off?
I guess that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Then I'm just gonna try and smash it with stone. Then just destroy the candle or the
With
whatever.
with stone shape, you just kind of bring Sure.
Yeah, just
Yeah, the stones
make
just
the
kind
two
of
things occupy the same space. Just
fold in. It kind of
yeah.
step by step, the stones crush into it, and it seems like the construction of the torch itself, relatively basic wood, just kind of splinters as the stones crush into it. The fire kind of sputters and dissipates, and then Stone, you can't see this because you can't see the entire room, but the rest of you see one by one the torches going out from this one extinguish.
I will just be a
Ogba
second.
Baracus goes limp in your arms, stops thrashing around.
Smash.
Nice.
I would like to gently place him down.
Okay.
The scene
Is-
sounds
is-
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Brackus
very
still
good.
conscious? I assume Brackus is still
He-
with it.
He's breathing heavily, just kind of drops down to one knee. His swords clatter to the ground. And he's just kind of looking down at the floor at the moment.
Can I zoop my little fairy sprite friend over to him?
How far can you move it?
I think it's 30 feet. No, that's the wrong spell I clicked on. No, it's because I'm in cantrips. Hello, healing spirit. I can move it, yes, up to 30 feet to a space I can see.
Sure. He's within 30 feet.
Nice.
What form is it? Is it like another little sprite pixie thing again?
Yeah, little pixie.
Okay, it just kind of appears over him. It's like dancing around, trying to touch his head.
Nice. I would like to still be like holding him, so like I'm no longer like holding him like a few feet off the ground anymore. I'm just kind of like supporting him so he doesn't collapse.
Okay, sure.
Basically, while it's happening.
Has Xander popped back?
There is a pop, and Xander reappears, dispelling the last couple rounds of his blink spell.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blink sound effect.
Mhm.
Nice.
I've
good
forgotten
noise.
all about that.
It's a good one.
Nice.
And he just kind of looks around at all of you, whispers something to his sword, and then just kind of remains silent for a moment.
Does anyone know what that was?
Powerful magic. I've never seen anything quite like that. Baracus stands up, kind of lays a hand on Ogba's hand. He's kind of still got this
Baracus
big
can have two.
thing on his shoulder. Yeah, oh yeah, takes his hit points. 2 hit points
Yeah.
for Baracus. He just kind of nods to you, Ogba, in thanks, wordlessly.
And again, wordlessly, I will nod.
We should be careful. Whoever laid this trap is more adept than anyone I've ever met in the arcane.
Great, we'll just be fine then. I'm sure. Also, you stabbed me.
I am. Forgive me, princess. And he walks over and he's gonna. He's got some kind of healy thing. He's used all of his lay on hands earlier. I mean, that's not very useful. No, none of his spells are really helpful to heal you, but he tries anyway. It doesn't really work.
Bless him.
On the verge of tears.
It's okay. It's
Ooh, is Ogba close enough to also get dancing pixie magic because he was holding?
Sure. I mean, for the remainder of however long that spell lasts, you could just move it around and throw hit points if you want.
I only get so many uses, so but yeah, Ogba gets 5.
Sweet, thanks.
Spirit can heal a number of times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Nice.
So I would get 5 uses. I've used it 4
4,
times
yeah.
now, so I get 1 more use. Does anyone else need a little boosty boost?
Yes, please.
I guess I'm on 38, some of which are temporary,
Yeah.
but that's
In that
fine.
case, I'll roll again for Magpie. That's a 4 for Magpie.
And
Yeah.
anyone who wants temporary whilst Twilight Sentry's still up as well, you can take that now.
Pixie goes-
I got last time. Yeah, I don't
Pixie
want
gun.
to
Can Baracus have some, please, Stone?
Yeah. Let's roll that d6. 14.
14, lovely.
So
How
good.
do you remove temp hit points on reroll?
Oh, I don't know.
It's like
Really.
You just
added
have to
them.
take damage. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
use
okay.
damage.
So you have. How long do you keep them for?
Until a long
you
rest,
rest?
or you take damage.
Yeah,
Right.
Until
Yeah.
So
use
you
them
kind of
for
have to
damage
remember
or
how
rest.
many you've got, and then apply damage specifically like on reroll.
Oh,
it should
right.
it should automatically just do it for you when you munch through them.
Because when you have a
But
long rest,
when
you
you
go
rest-
back up to your maximum HP. So
Yes, but there's no button on reroll to say I've now had a long rest. Set me back to long rest status.
No,
no,
true,
that's true. You
Mm.
just go
but
back to
as
your
long as
max.
you, yeah, you just go back to your max, and temp hit points get used up before other hit points. So
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
it's like you either
Yeah, but
you either
that's the
use or
it doesn't. I understand how they work, but I just mean on reroll, it literally there's no kind
Yeah,
of
there-
button
there's no
to
yeah, there's
automate
no
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So,
automation.
But
so
yeah.
you
If
have
you
to
add
remember
them-
how many.
yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
If you add them as temp, like what Ronnie said, that it will essentially remove those first without telling you. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But if there comes a point in the game as we play it where those should be removed automatically, there's nothing in reroll to do that.
True. Yeah, it would
No,
be nice
there
if
is
they were
not.
tracked separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be nice if there was just one more box.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just like, hey,
Yeah.
the like flags, or just like a color differentiation. So it's like
Mm.
you've got
Yeah.
38 hit points, 12 of those are temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about that,
I mean,
that kind of thing.
given it is a free app, it is pretty
Oh
damn
yeah,
good to begin with. And I know you're not
Yeah,
criticizing, but yeah, just pointing out that it is.
yes,
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I wish it did, but it's
yeah.
very good. Other like
Yeah. The spell descriptions you've got to be very careful of because they look translated.
Oh, really?
So the wording can be a bit iffy, and not only
Yeah.
that, they only use the ones from the SRD.
Yeah,
So-
it's only the SRD ones. I've not had a problem with the translation because there's a couple of times where I've gone to check and copy pasted. It's usually is. I think it's maybe just depends the source they've pulled them from. Sometimes it's iffy
Yeah.
because I've not noticed a consistent issue with the wording. But yeah, it's only from the SRD. Otherwise, you have to find them and you put them in for your own one. Then it does remember
Yeah.
them for your account. But...
Yeah.
As you are all
Anyway.
taking stock and
Yeah, sorry.
healing up, a section of wall between the two centermost torches shimmers and disappears, revealing a stone corridor and a door.
Oh, the room is gone.
Part of the wall. So there is now
We
an
now
exit.
have a hallway.
Right.
Had we better short rest at least?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think we
spend
should. I
some
feel
hit
like we
die.
should long rest,
Or-
honestly.
Maybe a long rest, but I don't know if we can in a place like
I mean,
this.
I was
don't know if
advocating for
it's
that
safe.
when we became thingied with the torches, but
In
so-
Now that you're not in your vision state, you can hear again the strange squawking noises of the winged tentacled creatures outside as they swarm above, and you don't know if they have access to the building and whether they are still searching for you. But it is, you imagine it's quite clear to whoever set this trap that they would be aware of your
that
being
we're
there.
here, we've overcome the trap, and therefore may be ripe for the stabbing.
I'm just gonna say, is everybody okay? Because that seemed oddly personal, that whole thing.
Ogba confused. But and Ogba's just going to stare off basically, and that's all he's going to say. He's not going to elaborate. He's going to say "but also" and then just stare off because he's pondering on something and he just doesn't know how to word it, and so
Yeah.
that's as much as you're getting.
Yeah, Tulu will nod and be. it is. I keep wanting to copy your accent for something. I don't have an accent.
Yeah.
So it's not your fault. My brain just is like, oh, accent's fun. Blah. Yeah, Thule's going to be. It was obviously like deeply personal stuff, and yeah, the sort of magic is not known to her. I don't think. Like it's not. I don't think she's experienced someone bending her mind like that before.
There is a certain fruit that grows in the Feywild that, when consumed, can induce a somewhat psychedelic-like state that Thule has had once or twice, but nothing quite as real or traumatic as that.
Yes, in that case, I will blah that. Yeah, this is very unpleasant, and yeah, very bad people must be doing this because it's very cruel.
Is it someone who knows us, though, to do those kinds of things? Or is it just something that a certain kind of magic can do?
I'm assuming we all saw some manner of deep-seated fear, perhaps even beyond what we can consciously know ourselves. This is not outside the realm of magic that can turn one's mind on itself. The caster wouldn't necessarily need to know what we saw.
Yeah, I guess the closest Thule would try to describe it is it was sort of like a personal hell, sort of like a what is the worst that could happen sort of thing. It wasn't necessarily the greatest fear, but yeah, maybe an unrealized fear.
Ogba no fear. Ogba learn from vision. He says questioningly, wondering if that's what just happened.
Well,
Ogba's was a
that's
fairly
good.
beneficial experience. Yeah, that was a. I feel like Ogba's is kind of a more enlightening experience for him. Which is kind of interesting.
What,
But, yeah,
what
that's
do
all
we
I wanted
do?
to
Do we continue? This feels like we might not win this.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any much choice. If we leave, we will not have an easy escape. If we continue, we may succeed, we may fail. It feels we have little choice.
This will not be easy, and should we turn back now, I do not think we, or perhaps anyone else, will ever get the chance again. We can consider the boy lost. But in some
She's
instances...
going to scrunch her nose because she keeps forgetting the prince exists. She's just following the track of the abomination creator. Yeah.
Sometimes retreat is the most sensible course.
Should we short rest? Maybe short rest. Get some hit points back through hit die.
Some hit points, but I've got no spell slots, or I'm getting low on
No,
spell
me
slots.
neither.
Yeah, a long
I
rest would
was
be
looking,
ideal for spellcasters. But I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know if we can. We can try and take shifts, but we might get interrupted.
I mean, metagaming, I feel like it's been made pretty clear that a long rest
Yeah.
isn't really a viable...
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's probably not safe.
I mean, we haven't been in the castle for very long.
we don't know
so-
how long we've been there, given we've been in vision quests.
No, but I
Better
just
phrase.
I wouldn't imagine, because this is basically like the first room we've come to.
Yeah,
So
we
I
literally
wouldn't imagine we've
closed
been
the
here
door
in-
behind us and we were here. So yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Like I imagine if things are going to try and get in, they will be able to get in soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
How-
certainly in my mind that given the difficulty we had even getting across the relatively small amount of forest to get here, and that was before all the swarm was dispatched from within, like getting out and actually being able to escape feels like
Not
a
good time.
guaranteed failure. Whereas as much as
I
going
mean-
forward sounds like it might not be good, there is
Only
We're
way
in
out
it
is
now.
through.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
Mm.
Although I'm getting mixed messages from Dave's inserted character, like, we
Baracus
It
is
is
acting
dangerous to
as
proceed,
as
it'll probably be
Baracus
bad.
would.
Don't try to
Yeah.
read too much into the,
Yeah.
the NPCs.
what for the first time ever.
Ah!
Yeah.
I mean, we could try and take a short rest. I could use a bit more HP.
Yeah, I'm down for how long does a
Yeah.
short rest take?
An hour.
About an hour, I think. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for trying to just park for an
Okay.
hour and
Yeah.
We can
Maybe-
keep sort of vigilant throughout, can't we?
Yeah. That's what
I don't think
thinking.
I've
If we...
ever taken a short rest, so I don't know how mechanically it might work.
Pretty sure we have.
Yeah, it's about an hour. And yeah, we can keep an eye, and if things look like they're going to get a bit hairy, we can maybe try and push on.
Yeah.
But yeah, short rest maybe. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
all of us could not only use a little bit of perhaps hit die, but also just story-wise composition before.
Yeah, compose ourselves after
Yeah.
seeing like personal, like subconscious, hidden things. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So attempt to make a short rest.
Sure. How are you setting up in this room with the large doors you entered by, and then this now revealed short corridor
Well,
and door?
Lady was left at the doors to guard them, so to speak. So
At
Yeah, we
least
could
one
keep
of us
Lady
by
to-
each door, I guess. If we all just
Yeah, I'll
spread
be-
out around the room,
yeah,
Yeah.
take like a
guard the
corner
exits.
each or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll happily be a wall of meat against the big doors.
Just want some more snacks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Self-serving calamari.
Baracus
Yeah.
positions himself at the other door, kind of back against it, and just as restful as he ever looks, but still kind of alert and ready. So as you hunker down for your short rest, we'll take an early break there. Have a little one, and then press on. You managed to escape your mind prisons. Well done.
Do we get to know before we break whether we get a short rest? Itching to roll a dice.
Sure, I'll say as you spend the hour just tending to your wounds, the noise outside of these strange creatures doesn't disappear, but it settles down slightly, and Baraka's carefully listening at the door relays to you all that there's no noise beyond, and
Okay.
you spend the hour uninterrupted. So you may roll
Right.
hit dice as you will.
How do I work out how many hit die I have?
It's your
I know
Your
what
level.
my
Your
hit die
level.
is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
so if you haven't used any in the last couple of days, then you'll have all of them.
I've never used any. I don't think.
Sure. Well, your characters only existed for a few episodes.
true.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna
When
use
do
half
hit
of
die
mine.
replenish? When you long
You get half
Yeah.
back on a long rest.
Okay. Okay.
half
Oh,
of your
well.
total hit die pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you can
So-
use half every day, you've always got all of them. But if you use
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of them,
that's
it'll
fine.
take a
I've-
couple of days.
I've got 10, so I guess I'm just going to spend 5 now to try and get back up to.
Oh, that's what I was
I'm
going to
happy
do. But I
with
just
that.
rolled 4. 'Cause
Yeah,
I've
and
got
so
a-
you get
got one
you
more.
get your Constitution bonus as well on each one. So
Oh,
you can just keep
okay.
Oh, right.
keep rolling one by one until you're back up to full if you want.
Oh my god. 12,
Alright.
12, 10, 10, 1.
Nice.
Oh, then I
In
won't.
TaleSpire as
Amazing.
well.
Nice.
Xander
I'm
gets
quite
his
pleased with what I
spell
rolled.
slots back, but I don't think he'd used any spells. He was only Eldritch Blasting. Although Blink might be a spell slot actually.
Blink
You
is a
get
spell.
D12s as your hit dice? That's nice.
I do. Barbarian. They have the largest hit dice.
I've rolled
Yeah.
a 7 and
barbs.
8, a 4,
Big.
a 4, and a 2, so that seems pretty good.
Well, I just
Yeah.
rolled. I rolled 5 together, and it came up as 16, which is awful. So that, I guess I'll stick with that rather than it would feel kind of cheeky to re-roll. But you said what? What else do I add to it?
Constitution.
Yeah, con bonus every time you roll.
Okay, to each one.
Really?
Yeah.
To each
Oh, nice.
dice? To each die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I add another
don't
10
have
to
so
that. 'cause my
many
con bonus
health.
is 2, so 26. All right.
I've got Xander's reroll. He was a little hurt, so I'll roll some hit dice for him during the break and give him his spells back.
Oh my goodness. So I just got.
Yo, that was so good. I didn't realize the con thing. I know I've fudged that up before when doing levels, but I didn't. Again, I've never done
Yeah,
short rest.
I didn't realize.
I've gone from 31 to 71.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's why they're there.
From, like,
Might as well use them and not die.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a good
Great.
idea.
Well, we'll take a short break
Nice.
and be back. Thanks, Hev on Patch, for the 7 months.
Ooh.
Very appreciated.
oh, nice.
But we will return in 5-10 minutes. Yeah, everybody go take a short rest in chat.
Yeah.
See you in an hour.
IRL.
Yeah.
See you in
See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye. Don't take an hour. 2, 1. Oh, we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Are we all rested shortly? Short.
I'm very short. and
Yes.
also rusty.
Good. That's what.
I'm rested 5
So-
for Lately.
I'm not very short at all, but rested.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, so as you all gather yourselves within the antechamber, Magpie, during the short rest, Baracus comes and sits next to you.
Yay, friend.
He doesn't say anything for quite a while, but then the other night you asked why the Dusk Marshals can't take control of the city. And I said if you knew how the Dusk Marshals came to be, you'd know how humorous that question is. And I promised to tell you.
You did.
Are you going to explain a joke? All right.
And I don't know what lies beyond these doors. But I know what lies
Well,
behind
we're
us.
gonna die.
Shut up.
He's not
Sam.
talking to you.
I can imagine Stone in the background.
Yeah.
Just being-
Don't get out of my head.
Like, hold up. None of you familiar with storytelling. This means you're going to die.
I mean, he did also say he'd tell me, and I was pestering him. Carry on, Dave.
When I retire.
A long time ago, our people were scattered, nomadic, with no home, prey to all manner of terrible outcomes. But over time, we found each other. We began to group up, and while things didn't get easier, they had each other. It was in the lands where the city now stands. A group of our people, and some outsiders as well, they began to make a home for themselves. And as they did, others from outside wanted what they were making for themselves. So a group of people formed to protect those who could not protect themselves. They called themselves the Dusk Marshals, to shepherd our people away from the long night that had loomed over us for so long. And after a while, the people came to them as they became more comfortable in the lives they'd built. The petty squabbles of every day and the politics of living so close together became something they could not solve themselves. So they asked the Dust Marshals to take control, to be in charge, to forge the path for our peoples. But again and again, every time they were asked, they refused. It was the belief of our forebears who founded our order that those with power should not be the ones to wield it. It was their job to be strong, to protect the people, but they knew that strength quite often corrupts, and when it became obvious that a leader was needed, the marshals made a decision. They went in to the camps and the makeshift towns where our people had started building the city that you now call home. And they found a family. Quite possibly the poorest family around. They had nothing except the clothes on their back and the food they could scrounge from those around them. And the Dust Marshals elevated them. They protected them so that they could be the ones to make the hard decisions for our people. Your ancestors, Magpie, elevated to rule over what became our city and our realm. Because only those who come from nothing can understand what it means to send people, perhaps to their deaths, to protect what is more important. So when you ask why the Dust Marshals cannot rule, it is because that is the very principle on which we were founded, that we will protect our people even from ourselves as long as we draw breath. And it is...
Why didn't... I always thought that my family came from, like, a long lineage of power. Nobody ever told me that our ancestors were just normal.
I cannot say for sure, but it was your parents' choice to tell you only when the time was right.
They were preparing me to rule. It's kind of important. Why did they leave so much out?
I cannot know their minds for sure. They would not want me to tell you now, but you have opened to my eyes everything you are, and why I see the potential in you to be the strong kind of person we need.
Thank you.
To see you out here on your own, with your strength and the loyalty that you've inspired from your friends around you. I see that whilst you do have the strength to rule our people to safety and perhaps even greatness, you also cannot be tied down if that is your wish, and I will not force you to return. I will tell your parents, if you choose never to return, the world, and not us, just our city, is better for it.
Magpie's like choking back tears just a little bit.
Seems like Baracus
no one
might
was-
be as well.
Yeah, because she feels like no one's really talked to her like this before. Her parents haven't necessarily been very open with her, and to hear someone talk like this about the position she has been, well, she was born for and has been prepared her whole life for, it suddenly it's yeah, starting to feel a little bit different now. So she doesn't really know what to say, but she's gonna put like a hand on Baracus's shoulder just to thank you.
What I saw before I was back at home, it felt so real, but what I saw, I failed. I failed to protect all that I love. I failed to protect your family. And I was so angry. I could have burnt the world, but the truth is, as long as our people survive, no matter what, the city, the lives we've built for ourselves, it doesn't matter. As long as somehow we prevail, we remain, I will consider my work done.
I saw. I didn't help in what I saw. I knew something was wrong, and I just tried to get out of it the best way I could, the easiest way I could, and I didn't think. And you were there, and the other marshals, and you were asking me for advice. And I don't feel I can't give that yet.
I understand. But you should know, when the time comes, and whether you choose to rule or not, know that your strength comes from, not from your blood, but who you are, who you've made yourself.
I'll try.
We should move, and pray that whoever set this trap has nothing more in store for us.
I'm sure they will.
Then we shall meet it together.
Magpie like puts her hand out for, you know, a classic sort of dwarven handshake type thing going on.
Nice.
She saw Douglas do it and Bucket do it once, so she's gonna go like, "Is this the way
Nice.
people do things?"
Yeah.
Just-
He pulls you to your feet, and you'll begin gathering your things and preparing to continue on forward. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before the end of the short rest, just to prepare?
I don't know what else you can do during a short rest, but get hit points back and complain that it's not a long rest.
Yeah, some classes have stuff that like refreshes on a.
Oh, warlocks
Oh,
have
sure.
things, don't they?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
warlocks
warlocks
get the
get
spell
spells
slots
back.
back, but I don't know if you wanted to
Anything, don't they?
tie a knife to a stick or something, anything like that. You had.
uh,
That's the sort of thing you could do if you
I
wanted.
think he's given us a clue. I want to find a stick and a knife.
There are none.
One of us
Eat,
mine.
drink, read, tend to wounds, nothing more strenuous.
Yeah.
Can I like tie my sword to the one? No. Double weapon.
No. So you.
And before we move on, I know we don't normally mention stuff that's just
Yes.
happened, but high rollers.
Hi, rollers. How's it going?
Oh,
You join the party in the middle of an assault on a large castle where they've already been.
big scary castle.
Yes.
Very bigs.
Use its proper name, Dave.
They've already been assaulted in their minds and shown visions of fears and had to fight against it. And they're now pressing on in search of the son of the king who's been kidnapped. So, you have the corridor and the door which appeared once you'd broken the illusion spell. What would you like to do?
Onward, I guess.
I guess we wander down it.
Yeah?
It would just be rude not to pursue.
Yeah.
Proceed even down the corridor. See what?
Pursue the corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chase that corridor.
Yeah.
Magpie
Corridor's
is
a
kind of. Magpie is kind of emboldened a little bit by Baracus, and also trying to hide the fact that she's obviously sort of been kind of a little bit crying.
Yeah.
She's
Magpie's
right, let's go, and just heads off ahead
Sure.
with the Wonder at the ready.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
You stride towards this kind of fairly regular looking door, made of wood,
It's a mimic.
iron details.
Yeah.
You are
Sam
in sim-
immediately becomes more suspicious of the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's a mimic.
As soon as Dave starts describing a normal thing, it's like,
Yeah.
Oh, totally normal. Nothing dangerous
Nothing-
or out of
nothing
the
unusual,
ordinary
yeah.
at all.
Magpie laughs, Magpie laughs,
Yep.
Baracus laughs, the door laughs.
Yes. Hang on.
Make a saving throw for the door. No.
What? Everyone just roll a d20. Interesting.
Ah,
The bluff roll.
Yeah.
Classic.
What would you like to do?
I saw a DM like tips where it was to roll blank dice.
Oh
behind
yeah. I think I saw the
your
same one.
shield
Yeah.
along with your normal dice. So it
Just in
sounds
case, go. I am going to attempt to open the door, if I may.
Okay.
Just-
As you reach out and
It's a mimic.
touch the door, your hand turns the doorknob and pushes it open.
Sweet.
You piece of work. Okay.
You started this.
I did. Yeah, well, actually, no, Sam did.
You collectively.
Yeah, oh, fair. Yeah, I open the door. I feel like Magpie, there would be a little bit of trepidation as she opens the door, sort of like, do
Sure.
I see anything?
Um,
Or is it just a corridor?
it opens up into a larger kind of hall foyer area that is opulently decorated and well lit, and heading forward there's like tables with little knickknacks and things. There's art on the walls, there's drapes, and there's two from either side of you spreads up two large staircases with golden banisters heading up to a corridor
How well
landing
the button
area.
is just attached to the wall. So
Yes, my swiping thievy sense is tingling. Is there anything small that I can nab that's shiny?
You can head over to one of the tables where there's various like goblets and
Yeah.
jugs and things.
I just do a big old sweep. Just chomp.
Sure. You sweep it into your bag.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm down on gold. I don't have a lot. So I was
It's
like,
just a
yoink, mine
Bethesda
now.
game now. Just grab anything that's not nailed
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Finds a
Magpie
lot
is
of-
just playing
finds
Skyrim.
pence. Great.
Give
As-
us a log because it's carry weight.
As you walk away from the table back towards the group, Baracus taps you on the shoulder and points back towards the table where you just swept everything off. It's all there. The jug, the cup, it's just back on the
Amazing.
table.
If I open my bag, are they in there or
Nope, they're gone.
did they just not exist? Fabulous.
amazing.
I close my bag and just like, I knew that would happen.
Just testing.
Carry on walking.
The owner of the castle just quick loaded just to put everything back. Crime
How
detected. No.
how is illuminated? How is the space illuminated? Is it basically looking to check there are no more spooky illusion torches about to get us?
Paranoid about all the torches
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
building.
They are.
now on. Everyone like torches.
There are
Turns
torches.
Out all the
Yeah.
torches now just go in
Yeah.
darkness everywhere.
There are
good
torches
for me, I
in
like that.
sconces on the walls. The light coming from them is a little more natural than what you remember from the other room. And there's also a large candelabra hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, the urge to swing from that.
Right,
Oh,
see,
it's
chill.
tempting.
I was gonna
Yeah, I was
say,
just
yeah.
gonna say.
Ah, what? Magpie busts out a microphone, so yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, are there
is
Other
is
doors?
the
off the-
staircases?
Yeah.
Yeah, staircases on either side of you, both kind of curving round to an upper landing.
Is there any more doors than the one we came in on this level?
There's one on the far side, kind of underneath the landing.
Can I go up to the door and see if there's any like gaps or keyholes or peering through?
Sure, make an investigation check.
That is a 12, and I have one investigation. 13.
There doesn't appear to be any cracks or keyholes or anything you can see through.
Cool. Can I try to listen at the door?
Sure. Make a perception check. All the checks.
Natural one.
Oof.
You don't hear anything.
Right.
I have +8 to perception, but it wasn't one. So.
You are certain you hear some scratching on the
Yeah.
other side of the door.
There's a dragon beyond the door. You're sure of it.
One of
You're
the parties
spooked by-
beyond the door.
You
Hang
are
on.
spooked by a noise, but realise it is your horn knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just scraping.
Amazing.
Out of interest, does this look like someone has deliberately decorated something to look opulent, or does it look like does it look like someone actually exists and lives here in opulence, or does it look like someone has deliberately sort of made it look that way to either fool people or entice people in?
Is it real or is it Midjourney?
It's hard to
AI.
tell. In the space where you are, nothing seems functional. There's no like chairs, or no one sits at this table and uses this goblet or whatever that's on it. It's just there.
Okay. So from my experience of, I would assume, a fairly opulent setting, does it look like a normal sort of functioning sort of palace environment, castle environment would, or does it look very staged?
You could imagine that some rooms or areas of where you grew up didn't look completely dissimilar from this, though the style on this side of the continent is very different.
Yeah. Okay. I think we should take a vote. Who votes upstairs and who votes downstairs? I vote upstairs.
Ogre would just nod in agreement.
Great,
But
that's
also
cool.
agrees we should take a vote.
Yeah.
I mean,
I vote no vote.
Tuli will blah that she has not been able to see any opportunities to look through this door and does not appear to hear anything. So we'll kind of also think maybe upstairs.
Yeah, sweet.
Upstairs then.
Okay.
But
Upstairs we go.
before anybody can go upstairs, Magpie is absolutely going to run up the stairs and slide down the banisters because it looks really shiny. Is it really good?
Sure,
Is it like
give-
a really good slide because it's slippery?
Give me an acrobatics check.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there it is.
I know, I'm good with that acrobatics.
Are you gonna
For
slip?
me.
Are you gonna slip and like just annihilate a disc in your back or something?
Oh, I might do. I rolled a
Get your
2.
ankle caught in the banisters.
You rolled
on
a
the way
2.
down,
Yeah.
just whip,
I
snap,
I
Oh,
die. My
mate.
neck snaps. So I rolled a 2. My
Mhm.
acrobatics is 3, so that's a 5.
Okay.
Oh,
You get halfway
Uh,
down the banister and you just kind of squeak to a stop.
oh,
And as you're
good.
trying to kind of get going again, you almost fall off the steep side of the banister and
Oh,
land on that table.
Great.
But you managed to
That is
catch yourself.
Extremely generous of you, Dave.
yeah. I was
Julie
expect-
kind of also wants to try now.
You are fine.
Can if
you
want.
Can I-
Dies trying to stop
I
you
s-
from.
I was gonna
breaking.
say, yeah,
Yeah.
like you
Can I
land
land
awkwardly
on-
on the
can I
table
land
and
and
just
do like
launch
a-
a vertebrate Mach 12
Yeah.
with a bullet and just take someone out.
Yeah. Can I land and do like the classic sort of gymnast pose
hmm
in an attempt to save what was
It's-
a very lackluster?
It's
banister?
very
You
unearned.
land
Yeah.
awkwardly. Your femurs are forced up into
Yeah,
your
yeah.
ribcage. You're
Yeah.
low.
Oh no!
Can
You are now a
Tuli-
halfling.
Can Tuli go up to the halfway point that Magpie stopped at and then try and slide just from halfway?
Sure.
Ah, clever.
Uh,
Give me an acrobatics check.
That
The
is a
Constitution
13
check.
plus 4?
for the
17?
strength
nice.
and
Yeah,
speed.
you just slide down to the bottom, land on your hooves.
I'll be like, oh, that was a good idea.
That's so.
So you're going to continue up the stairs to the landing?
After Ogbo also tries.
Okay,
God,
sure. From the top or from halfway?
The banister breaks.
From the top, of course.
Oh heck!
Okay, acrobatics check.
I was gonna say the person who's like in charge, who's obviously watching us at this point, is gonna be like, "What the hell are these idiots doing?"
Oh, come on.
the theme
Ogbo,
park.
that's that. Okay,
See-
that's a 9 plus 7, so that's a 16.
Not bad.
Though, Ogba does weigh 158 kilos.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
There are kind of groans and cracks from the wood as you slide down, but you don't fall off and it doesn't give way. You do land
Nice.
heavily at the bottom.
It's just a reminder. There's like flavor text on a magic card that I forget, but it's like Graham Stark from Bloody Medieval, one of his favorites. It's something like if you want to make the most effective traps, make them look really fun.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, that's-
like, and like whoever's looking on is just like, oh, I didn't need to do the whole room with the torches.
No,
and
you
stuff.
just need
I
to
just
do a
needed to,
banister.
I just needed to put a trapdoor at the bottom of the banisters, and they would have just
Yeah.
like 4 banisters.
Mhm.
Whee!
TPK, done.
Right down.
Like, yeah, that's...
Yeah. I'm going to write that down for next
There
time.
Yeah. You enter a room. There is a large staircase. There is like a selection of banisters. All of them
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
very polished.
Yeah.
What do you do?
The fact, yeah, that's the thing. It's the
Excellent
fact that Dave
condition
was
for
just like
sliding.
gold-covered banisters. It's like, oh well, this is going to be sliding.
You enter a bare room. There is a CRT monitor and a Nintendo 64.
Everyone at
How many controllers?
Nintendo is a mimic. No.
As
Don't
by the way,
mind
as we
something,
as Magpie walks back up the stairs, she flashes Baracus a grin that very obviously says, "See, they follow my lead."
Truly awful people.
yeah.
Exactly. I'm a great ruler. This is going to be fine.
I didn't.
No.
I say that out loud. No one knows why.
Yeah.
Just, what?
God speaker, speak with gods. Must be.
So you continue up to the landing now that you've all had your
Yes.
fun.
Yes. This palaver, yeah.
Magpie's
We
another
need,
go.
we need to blow
Yeah.
off some
I
stress.
was going to say,
We need to,
Xander
like-
probably had a go too.
Yeah.
Yeah, make
Sure.
Xander rock acrobatics.
He's pretty good.
So you all head up very alert, weapons in hand, ready for
So alert, yeah.
anything else that
Not
looks
distracted,
fun
like
to slide down or
Yeah,
Banisters,
might,
yeah.
might kill you.
Yeah. We're looking for another banister.
On the hunt.
At the top of the landing, there are corridors that stretch further than you can see, both left and right. But at the top, facing the main entrance where you came, there is a large double door with light spilling out from some of the cracks and from underneath.
Ogba?
Can I look
Hello!
if there's lights?
Go kick.
Ogba has arrived.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Ogba, without a care in the world, is going to open the door with such force that if it's not open, it will be off its hinges.
Excellent.
Give me just a straight strength check.
Sure.
Just kick the door. Bam! Hi!
In an orc-related
That's a
incident, the door
10
became
plus.
opened.
The 10 plus 4, so that's a 14.
Okay. It's a very aggressive opening. Both doors swing wildly open, slam.
Oh, this is
There's a
really
few
helpful
cracks and
now.
splinters, but they do remain on whatever hinges they're on.
Nice.
But it's an extremely dramatic entrance. Beyond the doors is a large room, not quite as well lit as the foyer you were just in, but candles glow kind of every so often from floor setup candelabras. Along both walls there are maybe 12-foot tall bookcases, each packed with a seemingly endless amount of tomes and scrolls and
Is there
any
one of
number
those
of books.
bookcase ladders?
In the far corner, you do see a bookcase ladder for
Oh,
getting
yeah.
the higher ones. But in front of you, except for the candelabras and the bookcases on the wall, there's a single rug running the length of the room up to the distant end, where there is a large circular window, and in front of that, a grand wooden desk piled high with books and tomes, and sat beyond the desk is a figure, seemingly reading a large old dusty tome.
Is there a glass case with a red rose in the middle of the room? Because this sounds awfully like Beauty and the Beast. No.
No, there is not.
Also, does the figure respond? Ogba said
Yeah,
hello
does the figure
loudly
move
as he
at all?
first opened the door, so does he not?
It's a pretty long room. It's kind of tough to see. With the light spilling in from the window beyond, you could only see their silhouette. And you're not exactly sure if they're looking at you or not.
Magpie's trying to control the urge to just grab all the
Yeah.
books.
Hello.
Ogba is absolutely going to go, hello?
Nice.
Yeah.
Julia's going to look at the candelabras with suspicion
Ah.
to check if they are spooky candeliers. Candeliers?
They seem to be
Ogba is ignoring
regular
what books,
candles
he doesn't
with
know what they are.
regular flames, from what you can tell.
I'm gonna say to Ogba, try again, and when Ogba shouts this time, I'm gonna thaumaturge his voice, make it louder.
Okay. Ogba goes,
Oh,
hello! And just like, and with the thaumaturgy,
Sonic
hello,
boom.
hello, 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 all the way down the line.
all the books
All
fall
of
off
it.
the shelves. No.
There is movement from the figure. You see their head move slightly. The book in front of them closes. It's pushed to one side. And you hear a voice. You're not exactly what I was expecting. Then again, I'm not sure what I was expecting.
out of character. Is this a James Bond film?
I'm
Does
gonna say,
does
Mr.
this
Bond.
figure have a swivelly chair and a cat?
You don't know if that chair swivels. You don't see a cat.
Boo.
I think Tooley's just gonna say, "Have you been making abominations in the forest?"
straight up.
Straight to the point. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we're just yelling from the other side of the room. We haven't moved.
What if they're like, no? And they're just like, alright, cool, cheers. Let's get on our way.
Bye.
I wouldn't call them abominations myself, though it has been said. My creations are somewhat unorthodox. But I seek to expand on nature's bounty.
With unnatural beings? No, this is wrong. And Tooley looks very cross.
Some of them are flat now.
The spear you hold in your hand, young satyr, reeks of magic. You would call this natural?
It is made of wood and stone.
Yet, and you see a hand wave as he's looking towards you. He's now standing behind his desk. Yet when you throw it, this spear returns to your hand.
Yes, and?
I would not be so quick to speak of natural and unnatural. Magic is an extension of what you would find
Have you heard of
in the world.
boomerangs, sir? Or whatever the Fey equivalent is.
Well, you might as well come in and not muddy up my doorway.
Tooley deliberately wipes her hooves on the nearest surface of the carpet.
Nice. Magpie asks, why did you try to make us kill each other?
A relatively simple spell, yet complex in its ways. One of my own design. A mix of various magics, mass suggestion, phantasmal force, modify memory. These are tools of lesser men, but in the hands of a master conjurer, one's imagination can give way to much greater magics.
How many feet away is this guy?
Can Magpie just turn around to everybody and goes, ah, so he's really arrogant and thinks he's better than everybody else. He's one of these. Okay, he's just not going to stop talking.
The room is about like 45 feet long, so as you're kind of entering, you can get closer to him. But he's
Can I cast polymorph and turn him into a chicken?
what's the range on polymorph?
60
Sure.
feet.
Oh god,
Sure.
he's going to take that as an attack. We're doomed. We're doomed.
Chicken time.
So you
God.
cast polymorph. Give me a second. What level's polymorph?
Level 4.
Okay. Double check.
An unwilling creature must make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect. A shape
Feel like
changer
this guy-
Hang on.
succeeds.
Otherwise.
Dun, dun, dun.
So he didn't answer my question. I said, why did you try and make us kill each other?
Didn't ask for the mechanism by which.
No, exactly.
Yeah, you
Very clever.
Not answering the question.
you point out towards the figure, Thule, and cast
Politician.
polymorph. He waves his hand as if just like
Ooh.
casually in conversation,
Yeah.
and the
yeah.
spell dissipates. Seemingly no effect.
I scowl at him.
If you're going to be trouble, I'd ask perhaps a moment of your time first.
Prince.
Yes, of course. You are here for the prince. The young boy is safe. You have my word. It is, I guess, inevitable that someone would come looking for him. In my arrogance, I admit I thought I would have a little longer.
Are you turning him into an abomination too?
One track mind, love it.
This is more complicated than you know. If you are willing to listen, I can explain. If you would prefer, I will disappear and you will never find me again. I have, in my years, lost the appetite for bloodshed. He takes a step forward, round the front of his desk, to lean on the front, where the light now catches his face, and you can see what at first glance looks like it could be an 80, 90-year-old man. Yet as you study his figures, you put him at maybe 50 or 60, but time has apparently not been kind to him. He looks stressed and tired and somewhat unkempt with his longish grey hair and beard.
Human.
Human. He just kind of sits back on the front of his desk. Do you have time for an old man's rambling thoughts, or are you here to claim the prize and return to the king?
Can we just go in a huddle for a sec?
Sure.
I mean, so long as he's not going to try and kill us, I guess we can just chill here for a bit.
I'm not sure this is a fight we can win, Baracus. He seems...
My only concern is this is a distraction for whatever is happening elsewhere, but I see no reason
Probably.
not to listen.
We're too far away from anywhere to help anyway.
Ogba, not smart at these things. Ogba, trust you. I do something best.
Oh, that's great.
Thule will also say very quietly, also, I think books are quite flammable.
This is very true. I have done many experiments myself. Stone?
We can always start fires if we need to. Let's hear what he has to say.
Why are you all saying this? You never say this. You say stop fires when I'm around. Why are you suddenly telling me to set fires? Getting mixed messages.
There is a context to when fires are useful and when they are not.
There is a
Says
nuance.
the man
I
who's
still
the
haven't
pyroman.
worked that out.
No,
Like a melon.
I know.
I guess we listen.
Yeah, I guess as long as the prince is... This is Thule who doesn't really care. But as long as the prince is not being abominated whilst we're talking, then we will hear you out.
Very well. And he waves a hand, and one of the bookcases on the wall gives way, pushes back, and then slides behind another one. And from down a corridor, you hear a high-pitched scream of what could potentially be a young boy. He gestures towards it. See for yourself.
I'll go
I will.
first. Yeah.
Okay. I was
Well,
cautiously approach, following up.
I'm going to stay with him.
Okay.
I'm staying here. I
Baracus
don't trust this guy.
remains stationary, his eyes fixed on this figure. Stone?
Yeah, Ogba does not understand the potential of books and the proper context of this is a very powerful wizard, and so he just immediately just turns his head away and just walks down the corridor.
Hi, Opa. Nice
Yeah,
meeting you.
Hopper and Thule
Yeah.
down the...
I will go and see. Yeah.
Okay. You head
Slid the party.
down through a dark
It worked out so well last time.
Yep.
corridor. As you step beyond the bookcase, it stays where it is and it doesn't shut you in the corridor.
Good.
You head down. Again, a kind of scream from a room in the distance. But then
It's gonna be like a happy.
something else that could have been a laugh or a cry, you're not sure. As you reach the end of this corridor, it opens out into another well-decorated room, well-lit, a warm fire emanating from a fireplace on the far wall. A small bed covered with furs, and there's a bookcase, but less on it in this room. And rolling around on the floor, you see a small figure with what appears to be a small dragon on top of them, about the size of, a watermelon. And the child is rolling around, screaming and laughing, playing with this creature.
You need to tell Magpie about this, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I guess Ogba
Magpie
tell
wants
Magpie
this
about
dragon.
We cannot tell Magpie about this.
I guess
I was-
Ogba was gonna-
That is fair.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Cock his
are
head.
you the prince? Are you safe?
As he notices you, he screams for real, turns to look at you, kind of crawls backwards. The tiny dragon that was on top of him, dissipates.
Ah.
And as he crawls back towards the far wall, reappears on his shoulder and begins growling in your direction.
I would
were
like
just
to put my axe on the ground.
Okay, yeah, you look pretty scary.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
say,
I would
Opa's
like-
not
yeah.
exactly the most.
Yeah, maybe Thule should go
Welcoming.
first.
yeah.
The three largest, most intimidating members of the
Yep.
party.
Oh yeah, Stone's there too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Xander's
Thule will
still
step in
with
front of-
Magpie and Baracus.
Ogba and like take to one knee and sort of bow and say, Your Highness, we do not intend to harm you. Several people are looking for you. Your parents did not know where you were.
Father sent you.
Not
Oh, it's a creepy
directly.
Victorian kid.
There was a poster. Or at least that's what I've been told, I think, but yeah.
As far as the child is concerned, yes.
Yeah. To be fair, I'll probably say, I was looking for the creator of the abominations. My friend said you were missing.
Abomawadden?
The half and half creatures that have been made unnaturally together with the magic.
Oh, like Skern? And he kind of puts a hand
is a
on
Skern?
the little dragon on his shoulder.
You are one small creature, not several. No?
Do I have to go home now?
Do you not want to go home?
I don't know. He just seems still very wary of you and just kind of confused at what's going on right now.
You are safe and happy here?
Sometimes. There's a lot of reading. I don't like reading.
Oh, Magpie needs to be in this room right now.
Do you and Skern want to come with us down the corridor to listen to the old man talk?
Do I have to?
It's up to you.
Then no.
Okay.
I love this kid.
He's still just kind of looking at you, but has now kind of taken the small dragon creature and he's just kind of fiddling with it. He's like stretching his wings and flapping it. The dragon seems to enjoy that.
You'll be like, okay, we wanted to check you were okay. I'm gonna go back that way now.
Bye. Just go back to
Bye,
ignoring
maybe
you.
See you soon.
And Ogvar is going to, upon saying that we're turning around, Ogvar is going to, so not aware of exactly how scary he might appear, he is going to smile and wave, but of course when he smiles, his big teeth that are like,
Yeah.
a kind of born, it's kind of like orc tusks, kind of fully
God,
born.
bless him.
The
He's trying.
child seems a little disturbed at that, but is just tried to ignore you or pretending that he's ignoring you right now.
And Ogvar will pick up his axe and turn around. And report to the others, I guess.
Sure.
Though Ogvar doesn't know necessarily that we're here to find a prince.
No, you two have the least
No,
understanding of
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
But Stone was there.
Yeah.
So you head back down the corridor to the rest of the party.
Stone just gonna stand in the room staring at the child.
Yeah, I'll head back with the others and try and figure out how we're gonna extract this child from the situation who apparently doesn't want to go.
So,
How fares the
Say?
child? Baracus, without looking at you, just kind of still two swords in hand, his gaze fixed intently on this figure.
He has a small dragon friend.
Magpie books it into the corridor.
As you
So
head
it'll be like-
towards the corridor, the figure waves a hand and the
He
bookcase
does not. Oh, the bastard!
closes.
But
He
I think that's
does
enough
not
of
not
that.
fun.
But he does not want to come and listen to you talk. This man talk. But he appears unharmed. However, given we were in a delusion before, I do not know how sound of mind he may be. He appears physically unharmed.
I have cared for the boy as I see fit.
Thus ends Tuli's report.
Are you satisfied? Will you listen?
Not if
You
you
have
don't give me
attacked
a
us,
dragon.
friend. You don't have our trust, but we will listen.
Has a man not a right to protect his home? You walked into my security system. I have not sought you out nor done harm to you willingly. You have invaded my
How
space.
did you come by the boy?
If you will listen, I will tell you. Are you willing to listen?
Presumably, sure, I'll hear you out. But presumably, by your own logic, this is you have he wandered willingly into your protection, as opposed to any foul means of abduction or coercion. So let's hear it.
Are you done? It's just like
Take the
it's
stage.
the arrogance and condescension is just like radiating off this guy.
Oh yeah, no, I know, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Anyone, would you like one of us to prestidigitate a spotlight for you, perhaps?
You can just feel it. It's like standing next to a sun lamp. You can just feel the like.
Yeah.
Please,
Very well.
I would love to hear at length.
Don't
spare,
shut up.
spare no detail.
Apart from how you got a small dragon, I want to know that bit.
Very well.
Tuli might just like sit on the floor cross-legged, but near
Sure.
a chandelier.
Okay.
Carpet time.
My name is Dr. Montgomery Rameau.
That's an amazing name. Sorry. Oh,
Don't
God.
encourage him.
I am a studier of the arcane arts and anything more that piques my interest. I was born and raised in the capital where I found favour with the old king. I was part of his court. Yes. What is it?
I love this.
Will there be any like breaks for ad sponsorship or?
Oh, for
is it-
God's sake.
Is this brought to us by any sort of nutrition or mattress companies or anything like that? So I just need to know so I can plan to like pop to the Little
Helix
League
Sleep for all
weekly
your
ad read
kidnapping child housing needs.
on that. Is this? No, we're good. Okay, cool. Carry.
Uh,
Sorry. My
No,
carry on.
hang on a second. Let's just. I'm just checking something.
Don't you hate it when
Download.
you're tracked by extraplanar beings while doing your
Yeah.
astral studies?
You do realize,
Uh,
Sam, that you doing this is just going to make Dave just. This character is going to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be funny though.
No, yeah,
Download Raid Shadow Legends now.
as you're talking, Stone, he just flicks a finger, and you continue talking, but suddenly it's weird. You can't hear the words you're saying. As a 20-foot sphere around you becomes engulfed in silence. So
That is fair.
anyone standing close to Stone now also cannot
This is great. This
make
is my
any
plan.
noise.
Get him to use his spell slots.
Hang on, I'm just
Is
gonna.
this your plan?
This,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
technically, because I've cast this spell, I can now mute Sam on Discord, and you
Oh,
won't.
wow. Sam, I think Dave's wants you to stop interrupting.
No, it's not me. It's all the
Oh, okay,
character.
he's-
It's the character.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Of course.
That is
That-
good.
yeah, no, do that. That's perfect.
Oh.
I assume he's muted
He's
himself.
muted
because
himself.
David
Yes,
got it in red.
He has.
No, it's not
Good.
Dave. It will be red.
Right. Yes.
Amazing.
I was
In fact, we can mute each other because we're all mods.
true.
It's double mute, Sam.
I was an arcane master for Grand King Terrion. I studied
Terry?
Terrion.
Like-
Yeah,
It cuts off the last
Thule doesn't really know this because Thule's
No.
not really been in the human
It
world.
was. Yeah, King Terry. Okay.
Yes, Tez.
Um,
What are you up to, boss man?
I studied under those who came before me, but quickly surpassed them in skill and knowledge. Towards the end of the Grand King's life, he became concerned with his legacy. He thought the Empire could not stand the ambitions of his 4 sons. And he thought, after much deliberation, that dividing the Empire into the 4 quarters that it now is would temper their most violent longings. And so when he passed, I became somewhat of a mentor to King Darien. When he took the throne, he was unhappy that his dominion had been split, as the Grand King had desired. We thought war was inevitable, but as time went on, he seemed to spiral into his own thoughts. Whilst he would privately admit his plans to reunite the Empire by whatever blood or fire still remained, he had changed tactic and began to pour his ambition into his son. Though young, the boy had much on his shoulders. The king's hopes and dreams of reuniting the Empire had been passed on a generation. Now, King Darien is, whilst mostly harmless, I would say he holds a great many bigoted beliefs. And he is easily swayed by other advisors in his court. I took it upon myself to teach the boy whilst I was still within the capital's sphere of influence. And yet, when I expressed concerns, the boy, he seemed to be reacting negatively to the king's influence. His mood swings were violent at times, depressive at others. I once found him pulling the legs from a spider. I confessed these cruel tendencies to the king, and as reward was cast out. I retreated from the capital. The whispers and rumour mill was not to my liking. I've always done better alone in research and study. So I retreated. As I was leaving, there were rumours. I spoke to soldiers and captains along the road, and there was talk of troops being amassed, sent from the capital overseas to Drakastle. Talks of a campaign on the eastern continent were disturbing. It seems the king will quite possibly attempt to expand his empire eastwards before turning on his own brothers. But I journeyed here. This stronghold is of magical creation. It is maintained by my presence. It is simplistic in terms of its function, yet it is all I need to continue my work, my studies. I poured my concentration into expanding the natural world through the arcane arts. I believe you have met some of my creations, some flawed, some better than others, I will admit. Science is a process.
Are they all supposed to be murderous?
They are wild beasts, as most things are in this world. I do not command any under my influence. I have merely sought to influence them in certain ways through their biology. But when the time came and I could no longer ignore what I had seen in the capital, what I feared could happen were the boy to reach manhood and claim the throne from his father, I could no longer sit idly by. So, I brought the boy here, with use of some of my creations. I thought perhaps a calming influence, an interest in science, magic, even artistic endeavors. I thought anything that the boy could pick up instead of what his father had laid out, destined for him, It was always my intention to return the boy. Once I was more certain he could be a well-meaning influence on his father, and a more level-headed ruler in his place. But it seems that is not to be the case. I have done what I can for the boy, yet without more time, it is clear to me now this king's ambition, I do not think, will be stopped by peaceful means. As I have previously... Oh yeah, sure, go for it.
Magpie has, like, throughout this message, Baracus, she was standing over by the bookcase. Were you aware of this? He's expanding into the east. He's going to attack. Sounds like he's going to attack us. Were you aware of this?
You know, you do have to say things out loud to cast a message.
I know,
spell.
but I'm
We just
standing
kind
next to a bookcase. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a little bit further away because I
Sure.
went to run to the bookcase. I'm
Fine.
well aware, but Magpie thinks she's being stealthy. Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'm just looking at the books with my
Yeah.
face and talking to them.
Yeah, you had like Secret Service talking into your sleeve.
Yeah,
Precisely.
yeah.
Exactly that. I've got my scarf up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you hold your torch up like this.
Yeah.
Baracus glances over to you but doesn't reply.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, when I asked the boy if he wanted to leave, he said, "Eh." So, I mean, if we're the only ones that have found you, you could keep training him.
He is young. He is yet to find his way in this world, but
He seems to like the small dragon.
he does.
Who wouldn't?
It was my hope that ingratiating him with a living being might open his eyes to the suffering of others. And I think I have done something, but it has become increasingly clear to me it will not be enough. Even were the boy now to return and become a fine man and one day a great ruler, with the current king still in place, much bloodshed is coming to the realm and to other realms. And as I said, I have lost the appetite for bloodshed.
This whole talk has absolutely massively, like, full-on triggered Magpie in terms of this is basically like this is ringing a lot of bells for her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna stride over and she's like, right. So I guess A, we need to kill the king. B, has he got any friends? He can't live here on his own. You can't let a child live with you and some weird creatures. Bung him in the village nearby. Let him socialize with other children. He's going to be lonely.
You are not wrong. Though well-meaning, perhaps my initial endeavors were short-sighted. If you wish to take the boy, I will not stop you.
Could you, Thule's thought process goes like this. If you are able to use your creatures to extract the boy to bring him here, why can you not get your creatures to kill his father?
I had considered it. It is a conversation I have had with another, but I do not think a kingdom founded on bloodshed will turn its back on it for peace. But
This is a point. Yes.
killing always begets more killing.
True.
Oh
God, Oliver.
That's not a good thing. That's a bad thing.
Like this.
Oliver will remember this in a positive light. God bless him.
Ogber is always down for a cheeky bit of regicide. He's,
I mean, I'd say it's fairly simple. We go kill the king. I mean, duh. Magpie's blood is like properly up from this.
Again, sorry, I'm struggling to word. Good. Like, so he's just answered Thule saying, well, killing the king is probably not going to be a good start, so even if his creatures don't do it, if we did it, then that will probably be worse.
If the
What's going
king,
to happen otherwise?
if the king were to drop dead tomorrow from a knife in the back or choking on his soup, the boy would be king in name only. Others would rule from the shadows. I have met these others. They are not better, not by a long shot.
Let's kill the others then. Let's take the whole monarchy down. That sounds like a great idea.
And then who is to rule? You?
No, this continent is not as interesting as mine.
Ogber.
I see. You
Wanted
would,
his clan, wanted a new clan. Yeah.
you would sit atop a throne of skulls until yours is claimed to add to it. And then,
Yeah.
from there, the same. Again and again, the wheel ever turns.
Well, clearly one as educated and erudite as
heck,
yourself
here
has
we
obviously
go.
thought about this problem. Who would you put in charge? Oh, wizened wizard.
The people cannot be ruled except by themselves. I have come to believe the time of the monarchy has passed. But it is a tenet not shared by many others. Power always corrupts. It
Absolute
must.
power corrupts absolutely. I'm sure I read that.
It cannot be held for longer than those who wish you to hold it would deem. This is the best way forward, in my belief. However, it will not come about unless over a mountain of corpses.
You're very defeatist.
I am a realist.
Thule's gonna be like, I like that about you.
What if...
So, yeah.
Sorry, go.
No, you go.
What if we were to bring you back? What if the king were to be framed, say, for a crime, and these others you speak of, I know the type, if somehow they were indisposed?
Ogber.
What
Grins.
if...
Hold back. He knows what that word means.
No! More subtly.
He smiles towards you, Magpie. You have not spent time in the capital, I can tell. You speak of
I see.
crime, yet the king is the law.
I know more than you think. Do not underestimate us and our experiences. There is one here who knows even more than us about how a city is governed, how a country is ruled.
I understand.
Nudge Baracus.
And you see a slight shimmer across his eyes. Make a wisdom saving throw,
Oh boy.
I
All
believe.
of us, or just...
No, just Magpie.
Okay. I shot myself in the foot.
Uh,
Oh heck, that's a 5.
okay.
I am not rolling well today.
He says, I understand,
Oh,
princess.
Ah,
Yeah.
crap.
Oh, there's a detect thoughts. Oh dear.
Yeah. Bastard. Magpie doesn't seem too bothered this time.
So you see this road that is before us. The path running parallel I have attempted to set us on. Neither will come about easily. People will pay with their lives. People who do not know what they are paying for. This is inevitable. And I have lost the taste for it.
What would you have us do? If the boy wishes to return, we can help return him. If you came with us, you can claim to have assisted the boy. You do not need to state how you came to find him, just that you did. Maybe that will get you back to the royal court, so you can assist the boy's learning going forward.
Were I to return to the capital, the king would try to have my head. I have lost the taste for bloodshed, but I do not intend to go quietly. I know who he would send, and I am not scared of them. I would avoid the bloodshed if I could.
So, yes?
I will not return.
No.
The boy may return with you as you wish. I would ask, if you are to tell the king of my involvement and where to find me, that you would let me know. As I say, I am not afraid of those they would send after me. Their skills are paltry compared to mine. But I would not kill them if I had the option, and were that to be the case, I would simply disappear.
I guess it is up to the boy whether he wishes to return. I will not take him forcefully. I do not know about my companions.
Leave him here. I don't think we should take him back. If we do, it is when his father is out of the picture.
Have you spoken to the boy of your concerns for the future?
I have tried. He is young, whilst he may say he understands. These are complicated issues that even most grown men would not fully grasp. I do not envy his position.
Plus, when you're that young, they're boring. Let's be realistic.
He did say that he found reading very boring.
That is my greatest regret, that I have not instilled a love of learning in him.
Books are flammable.
But knowledge is
Books can be
eternal.
Because you set them on fire. Yeah, I guess the concern is, do we think we can protect the prince better than this guy can?
No.
Well, what we're gonna... yeah, our character. There's no way that we
Yeah.
can take a boy with us on our travels, and I think we need to sort out a situation of some description. We need to sort out some kind of happy medium or like some secure situation for him to go back to, because his father sounds like he's awful,
Yeah.
and as does the general court around the
Although,
king
of course,
and everything.
As much as we're only getting one side with the knowledge we had of, like, again, this is obviously prior character knowledge from Yorna's perspective, but given the way that Westerhaven was run by a dragon fella, I wouldn't be surprised if that was kind of known about within greater.
Oh yeah. There's
Higher
going to be
powers and
corruption.
stuff,
There's going to be
so-
corruption all the way up.
Yeah.
Going to be a whole system reset that needs to happen that we are not able to. We will not be able to do in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
But we can make
Unless-
some way.
What if we do take the kid with us, and we do try and raise him, and we take him everywhere, and we like let him interact with common folk everywhere, and kind of use that as a building block for his psyche. To kind of,
But then
we have to keep him safe the whole time. That's the
yeah.
that's the
A, we have to
catch.
keep him safe the whole time. B, I would argue, both as Magpie and also like out of character, that what he needs is, as I say, children his own age, normal, commoners, not royalty. Like he needs to interact with normal people and kids, but like also, sure we can take him with him. It would take him with us, but I think we are still going to need to go to the capital to attempt to try and start to sort something out, and we can't take him with us then because then they'll go, oh, yoink, we'll take him back.
Yeah.
And also, he doesn't necessarily need to see whatever's going to go down.
Yeah.
I think our priority should be trying to sort out some kind of stable situation in the capital before we bring him back. Also, like as Magpie, she wasn't aware of the fact that the Western continent is trying to invade the Eastern continent, and that's suddenly like, oh crap, that's my place.
Same for Ogba. That's kind of making him
Yeah, that's your
think
homeland as
back
well.
to making him think back to the Rage Lands, and maybe like how it might be more important for him to form a clan, and like than he previously thought, basically.
Yeah. Out of character, Magpie is wondering if there is any influence she can exert over the king. Some kind of maybe not alliance, but some kind of maybe stop doing this.
Yeah.
Type thing, maybe.
Ogba's thoughts are about shoring up a clan and like preparing for war. That's
Yes, that doesn't surprise me.
that's all Ogba's got on his mind in terms of that.
Yeah.
Sam?
I guess the main thing is if he would need to come willingly.
I don't know.
Got one?
I think returning him is the only option, and then hopefully that would potentially give access to the king in order to maybe ascertain how willing he might be to. But yeah, I don't know.
I feel like we leave the boy here for now.
Yeah.
Tell this guy possibly we'll be back for him
Mm-hmm.
when the time is right.
Yeah.
Is there a way
Possibly.
to contact him? Maybe that's something we should sort out.
Yeah, we can ask that, I guess.
Reasonable means of communication, sending stone or something. Just
Yeah.
to...
So what are you saying to him?
I think I don't speak for all of us. Keep the boy safe. We may be back for him. We might go to the capital to try and see about sorting this mess out. And we will. You can have our word. We will try as much as we can to avoid too much bloodshed.
Ogba furrows his brow at that.
Ignore the orc.
I apologize.
He furrows
This-
his brow at other things.
This is true.
Your being here has already changed things. If you can find me, others will not be far behind. If the boy is not returned, I will leave this place, and I do not think I can keep him safe with me. I believe two roads present themselves as most prudent. If you wish to return to the capital with the boy, I can get you there. You will be able to present him to the king, and as such, ingratiate yourself no end. If you are to then attempt some manner of influence over the king, or assassination plot, coup, takeover, whatever you think you can pull off, I will watch with some amusement and see where the dust settles when you are through. See if the people at the top of the pile are any better than the ones at the current. However, should you choose not to return the boy immediately, I can send him and you to someone else who already has other plans in motion. They are the blunt axe compared to my sharp scalpel approach, shall we say. I was arrogant to think my way would be so easy, yet I could not forgive myself if I did not try. It is up to you. I can send you to the capital, or I can send you somewhere else, though I cannot tell you where first. He is secretive, and with good reason.
If not where, can you tell us who?
I cannot. I trust him, but his ways will be difficult and bloody. Perhaps for the better, perhaps not.
Will he be bloody to us? If he is so secretive? I do not wish to be a loose end to be tidied.
I can guarantee he will listen to you at my word. Beyond that, I fear your path is your own.
Team huddle.
Sort of just feels like it's delaying the inevitable, really.
I wonder if he can send them to other places. Because Ogba doesn't know this, but we have two people who are in separate places that are reasonably hard to get to. We've got Father Bucket on Skip, and we do have Douglas, who's deep below the earth.
Yeah, Douglas is like somewhere making his way back there. He's not at home yet.
I kind of want us to send the prince to Father Bucket to get him just,
Oh my god, is that how the cult of the bucket happens?
Yeah, and then we have a king who is a cult of the bucket, and then we've done what Bucket wanted all along.
Some sort of Father Bucket narrative retirement home where people that we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Just send them off
We
to
don't know what to
him.
do with you, so go.
As soon as one of you learns a teleport spell, it's just anyone you don't like. To Bucket!
Yeah, Bucket. He's going to be so happy because we're just going to send
There are
him.
fates worse than
but-
death. We condemn you to
Yes.
the Bucket Temple.
Yep. Oh yes, some kind of like penal colony, but just Bucket.
Yes, exactly it. Yeah.
That's incredible. Instead of sending them to Australia, we'll send them to Bucket. I'm just going to ask this guy, how kindly does your blunt axe person take to outsiders?
He will be fair. Whether he is kind is an entirely separate matter.
Tully's just going to prod Baracus and say, "You have been very quiet for someone that seems to know much about this."
The capital is a dangerous place for all who dwell there, at the top or at the bottom. The boy may be best at home with family, he may be best far away. I do not know if it is for us to say, but it seems that we must.
Can we make the boy choose?
That is not out of the question.
Yeah, in character, I think Thule would want to ask the boy. Out of character, I have no knowledge of this in character because death, but like the capital are quite possibly got descriptions of at least 2 of us.
Oh yeah, that's true because of Westerhaven.
Yeah, so there is the
yes.
potential of that, but also given the whole frame-up job in the past anyway, although that was mostly through Bucket, or 3 of us, sorry, Xander as well, and the propensity, even if for not the Westerhaven link, but for you might have returned the prince, but we're corrupt anyway, so you're getting nabbed for kidnapping him in the first place. So I think out of character, I probably trust an unknown quantity more than I do a known corrupt scheme.
That is fair.
Yeah,
But-
out of character, I think the capital is the worst place we could put him, basically.
Yeah.
Oh
think
yeah,
we
absolutely.
could-
Don't take the boy to the capital. No.
Yeah. I think we could, like, it's absolutely the worst place we could possibly put him. We should
Yeah.
definitely find somewhere. But as you say, it's tricky. We don't want to move him around too. Well, maybe we do want to move him around too much, but like a sense of stability would be good.
Yeah.
But like, and like you say, frequent interactions with children, preferably around his age, would be
Yeah.
good.
Because otherwise.
Can we
he's just gonna
kidnap
be
some
raised-
more children?
Oh sweet, let's go. We got.
Form a nursery, just
Bucket
trailing
was
behind him.
right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We're gonna form a cult.
Yeah. Because that's the thing is,
To
I
raise
think
this
we alone going to the capital wouldn't be a bad idea, but us with the boy, not a good idea.
Yeah.
Like we could probably
even-
sort our own stuff out, but
We should probably keep him somewhere safe, and
yeah,
because if we can at least use him, like if we're talking like purely functional, like he's a bargaining chip. If we get in,
Yeah.
if we get in trouble, it's like we know where the prince is. You know.
Forgive
Yeah, I
me
don't know,
for
it's-
overhearing. I perhaps was not clear. I do not know you. I have seen some of your journey. You are capable. But I will not surrender the boy into your custody willy-nilly. The boy will go to the capital or will go to the second location.
Then we
You
should
may
ask
you
the
may
boy,
go to
cut out
either
the
with
middleman.
or without him. Or do as you please.
let's ask the boy then.
Yeah. Does the boy know this other person? That's out of character. Ogba doesn't talk like that.
Yeah. That's a good point.
If you wish, I will ask the boy.
Yes. Also, I want to
Maybe-
see the small dragon.
Very well. Remain here. Do not touch anything. Kind of eyes up Magpie as he walks over towards the bookcase.
Magpie gives him the most winning smile she can muster.
Waves his
Which I imagine
hand.
is probably tempered
and
by
it-
like everybody else in the party going.
The bookcase opens and he steps through and it slides back behind him again, and you are left alone in his study or whatever.
I immediately go
look-
and look at his desk.
I was just going to say, without touching
you're
the
gonna do
desk,
the
I
same.
also wish to look at the desk. 'cause
Sure.
He said don't touch, he didn't say don't look, so
Okay.
I would like to
What are you looking for?
look at the desk.
See
Just
what's
see what's
reading.
there.
It's
How to destroy the abominations
there's a
I
pile
have
of
made.
books. There's several quills and ink pots, and bits of parchment and whatever.
Are there any book titles, or are they all like self-written whatevers?
Most of them seem encyclopedic in nature. volumes of some manner of ancient magic, like volume 17 of 38, that sort of thing. Histories of various nations and capitals. As you're looking at the desk, there is a kind of thump noise, and you look up at the window as one of the tentacle birds has collided with the glass and is just kind of suckered onto the pane, and is just like
Right.
slowly pulling itself off and flapping away again.
Nice.
Poor thing.
Can I have a look on the bookshelves and see if I can see any books about dragons?
Sure.
Any that I haven't read.
Give me a investigation check.
Sure.
Can Tuli assist? Can you stand on the ladder and then I'll like wheel you along the shelf?
Sure,
Give you, like,
with
a-
advantage.
You roll in
That is
both.
an excellent way to do assisting an investigation check.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm rolling with advantage.
Yes.
Amazing, because I rolled a 1 the first time.
Oh, good.
Oh god.
That's
A book lands on your head. You take.
Yeah. That's a 13 in total. Not great, but
Okay. You're whizzing past many books. Some jump out. The Life and Times of an Aged Dragon Hunter. Seems to be some kind of memoir. Some that sound vaguely familiar. 1,000 Years of Ash, a theoretical treatise on the plans of the accursed Damiosa by the scholar Amar Falk. Something in your head feels like you've seen
I
that.
think that was one of the ones I set on fire.
Yeah. The 12 Essential Tenets of the Justice Maker. But nothing else jumps out. There's a lot in languages that you do not understand.
Oh, fun. Fair enough.
Anyone doing anything else whilst you're waiting?
I mean, I don't want to say that. I feel like it's worthwhile to see what the child thinks, but a child like that cannot fully understand everything,
no.
or like the full complexity of the situation in front of him.
Oh, of course.
So we can't just say, hey, what do you want, and go with
Yeah.
that. Like, that's yeah.
Well, certainly dragging him kicking and screaming home isn't going to be any more beneficial than not at least giving him the illusion of choice, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something we should definitely take into consideration because we have to think about how it's going to, the ramifications of doing something like this to a child. We have to think about what that's going to do to their mind.
Chat has suggested that we take him to the village whereby Magpie dropped the child on their head before.
That doesn't bode well.
'Cause
does it?
that's another place that we met
So
children.
that's
So
probably... We know, yes.
Stone Town? No, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, Magpie needs to be taken far away from this child.
Yeah.
Hey, new kid! Bonk!
Not allowed
Yeah.
within
New child
30
to
feet
drop.
of a
Let's
child.
go.
No, I have a restraint. Magpie has a restraining order now.
Oh, that's Magpie with the steel chair.
Just carrying around a ladder.
Flexing children in a free time.
Yeah.
He's setting up the table. Somebody stop her.
Oh,
Uh,
But yeah,
the bookcase slides open again, and you see this figure with the child at his side, kind of cradling his small dragon, which is the first time you're seeing it.
Sideways at him
Magpie.
and the book ladder, realizing they didn't put it back in the same place.
His eyes kind of glance briefly towards the direction of the ladder, but he seems to let it pass.
is that actually a tiny dragon?
This is one of my more precise creations. It was not possible to recreate besides this example you see, but I thought it would be a fitting companion for the boy.
Magpie crouches down a bit next to the boy, and just go, can I touch you?
He's just kind of clutching it close, and he takes a step behind the old guy.
Dr. Montgomery.
I'm gonna try to talk to the little dragon thing in Draconic, just saying, "Hi, little guy." And wait for a response, if there is
The
one.
dragon looks at you, and then coughs a tiny cloud of smoke. But that's it.
If Magpie could be doing like the anime heart eyes right now, that would be
Sure. The guy clears his throat. The boy would like to return to his mother. She is a kind woman. I would not keep them apart. While she is a calming influence on the boy, she has little to no power over her husband. But if that is the case, I will return the boy to the capital. Should you wish to accompany him, I'm sure the king will be most grateful and reward you thusly.
We're not sure about that.
Someone needs to ask him if he knew about dragon pus. Pus is in face, sorry.
What?
The
Dragon
man,
face.
the dragon man, evil dragon man. Whether he knows if the king knew
Stanton
about him and
Owsley.
stuff.
Oh,
Hi.
As an
What that
ash.
man was
Black
called.
Dragon.
yeah.
You want to ask him
How-
about that?
Well, I was gonna say, how long have you been here? How long ago did you leave the capital?
Many moons. When I left, it was... Let me see. It was the day after the Dance of the Ancestors. Maybe 3 years ago.
Uh-oh. Right.
So you won't have heard of anything going on in Westerhaven involving a dragon?
I have not been to Westerhaven since my youth. My travels outside of the capital were mostly to the tower at Thaltash. But, dragon, no. There was a dragon in Westerhaven? He suddenly looks genuinely confused, and
Yeah.
it's for the first time you have information that he doesn't, which he seems uncomfortable at the thought.
Long story short, there was, I don't know if you know the name, Lord Stanton Owsley, guy running a lot of stuff in Westerhaven. Turned out he was a dragon. We killed him. Well, the dragon, eventually. And we were kind of a little bit framed for some murders, which we didn't do. He did. So we're probably not the flavor of the month in the capital at the moment. But we killed the dragon.
If you are wanted in Westerhaven, I would be surprised if any word had travelled to the capital.
Oh, well, we're fine then.
They do not mix their military powers very often. There's the law keeping within one realm is very much within one realm.
It's like Skyrim.
Yeah.
Holds the crime separately.
Holds. Yeah, yeah. I would have thought a dragon would be kind of important news to even the capital, but sure. Okay.
It's possible they've heard, though. Your involvement will be passing at best. As I say, were you to return to the capital with the boy, the king would be most grateful. You would also paint a target on your backs to those close to the king, wishing to be the only areas of influence towards him. Have you decided?
What should we do?
This person that we're going to teleport to, so this isn't Ogba saying this, but it's just occurred to me. Do both roads lead to the capital?
I'm
Yeah.
surprised not.
Yeah.
Sounds like this other person is like staging a revolution.
Yeah,
Vibe.
that's what I'm getting to. That's what I'm wondering.
I feel like showing our hand this early might not be the best idea. I feel like us showing up with the boy might be a bit too. Even if
Yeah.
the king will be grateful, it, as the guy said, will paint a massive target on our backs.
I agree. Yeah.
I feel like finding other people who we know are in support, sort of against this unpleasant regime, finding
Yeah.
allies, probably.
It perhaps feels more sensible to distance ourselves from it. As I said, like my out of character concern would be that if it is a known, not unshady thing, then what's to stop them going, oh well, you've come back with the boy, therefore you must have knowledge of him disappearing in the first place. Haha.
Yeah.
Yes, we have been
I
misunderstood
definitely-
many
Of
times.
the two options, I think we should definitely send it to this other person.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
It was good to
Sam?
meet you, boy. Remember us.
Yes. Yeah.
Does Xander have anything to say about this?
Correct.
Because Xander is vague, because it was Xander and Bucket, the two that were vaguely local, right? Where the rest of
I'm
us were.
Xander Brushman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tander's kind of looking up at you, kicking his feet. I've been thinking, what we saw back there, downstairs, I think I'm starting to remember something. Something about my mother. And I think I should return to Goldacre. See if I can remember what happened. See if there's anyone there I still remember who can help fill in some of the gaps. But I'll come find you wherever you are.
You do not wish us to come with you?
You can, but I don't know where else you'll be sent, but the capital is the wrong direction. I'd be going back down further south than Westerhaven, further west than the party's ever been.
Can I turn to Dr. What's-His-Face and say, would you send us where he wants to go?
Goldacre, you say? I can send him or all of you, if you wish, somewhere nearby. But if you refuse my offer now, you will not be able to meet
Mysterious figure.
who I spoke of.
Do you? Magpie's visibly a little bit shaken by Xander's sudden announcement, and she turns to the chap. Do you have like a means of communication along long distance communication, like a sending stone or something?
physically. Sending stones, I've never had the need. And you hear a voice in your head. Can you not reach out to me yourself?
Yes, but not as cool as that.
You're replying out loud or in your head?
Yeah, no, out loud.
Okay.
I really need to learn sending. I really do. I turned to Xander. How will you find us again?
Well, if you're in the capital, I know where that is. Otherwise, call me.
We can't call you Xander. That's not.
Like, I think Thule would say, like, I do not know you well. However, if what you experienced was anything close to the horrors my imagine conjured, I do not think you should make this journey alone unless it is your desire to do so.
I mean, it's not like there's going to be anything bad lurking in a sleepy little village, right? That almost never happens.
Except, you know, the Golem village, and the Basilisk village.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the worst thing that happened to any of these villages that we passed through was us.
The murder cult, the cult
Well, the
village
murder
when
cult.
we burned the
Yeah.
The
church
murder cult
down.
was pretty
Yeah.
bad. That was
Mhm.
the most racist murder cult.
There was
Yeah.
that.
The village where the dragon attacked that we ended up killing and
Yeah,
partially
that was pretty
destroying
bad.
the
Yeah.
inn.
Which was technically our fault for not finishing the dragon in the first place, but
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Golem one where I tombstone a child. Yeah, that
No.
was definitely ours as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, sleepy little villages tend not to be so sleepy when we're about.
No.
Yeah. I guess, like, I'm gonna say to the doctor fella, even though your mysterious friend in the mysterious location, could you even say if it was within reasonable travel of Golden Acre? Question mark.
Goldacre.
Gold Acre.
It is not. I will tell you that much.
Okay. Thank you for answering. Not helpful.
Are you sure? Then why don't you want to come with us, Xander?
It's not that I don't want to come with you, but there's a hole in my past, and
There's a hole in. Sorry.
Dear bucket,
I-
dear bucket.
for the first time, I feel like I can almost. Do you ever try to remember something and it's like a dream, and the longer after the dream, the further it slips away. I think I have to do this now. I don't want to be alone. I've got Carrot.
Does Thule know about Carrot?
You've been there for some carrot-based shenanigans, I think.
I don't know, I guess my base instinct, which is probably in and out of character in that regard, would be friendship is more important than, like, global politics, because at the end of the day, like,
Yeah, but
you
also if
can't
this is
really
something-
change stuff.
If this is something Xander has to kind of sort out on his own,
Yeah,
this
but
is what
'cause
Ogba's
it feels
thinking.
quite personal.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not sure
I don't know.
we
If,
would help.
I don't know if Ogba has the words to verbalize what he's thinking. Basically.
you could try and do it in
Is
Orcish, and Baracus might be able to translate. If,
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
that's
true.
the
if
way to do
Ogba
it.
is smart enough to think that he might be able to translate, or I guess you might just blurt it
Yeah,
out.
can I?
don't know.
Maybe if I'm puzzled, yeah, I'll just be puzzled, and then I'll tap Baracus
Mm-hmm.
and be like, Ogba understand that sometimes battles must be fought alone. Some battles can only be fought alone, and so if you think this is one of those battles, then so be it. May your sword be sharp and your wit be sharper. That's all he's going to say.
Sure. Baracus relays that to Xander.
If you are sure you want to do this alone, then yeah. I want to turn to Dr. Man again and be like, when you said your animals are nature, did you consider the effect it may have on the existing ecosystem?
I'll admit that was not my main concern.
You have set nature askew. Is there anything you can do to rectify this? The shark spiders are out of control.
Ah, the shiders, not my
Hey,
proudest
cannon.
invention.
It's cannon.
Yes!
It's cannon. Yeah.
Tried.
Perhaps this is a mistake I can remedy.
I respect you acknowledging that an error has been made. Thank you for listening.
I'm just
So
gonna
what are we
be,
doing,
looking-
guys?
I'm just kind of looking desperately between like Stone, Xander,
Yeah.
just everyone, like Stone, Xander, and Baracus, just like Xander can't go.
Again, in Orcish, I think Ogbo would say that sometimes a warrior must fight alone. And kind of poke Baracus on the shoulder.
Mhm.
Translator.
Yeah. Please. You can Dooley just bring out the satyr pipes and play like a solemn
God.
tune.
Amazing.
Because she's got nothing else to do. She'll just be like, ah.
Sure, it's very atmospheric.
Not our place to stop Xander from going.
True.
When Dooley finishes playing, she's going to go and stand next to Ogba to be like, well, all you'll need to decide because we're new here.
I guess.
Xander
we
just
will.
gives it the peace and blinks.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah,
Thunder
Xander's
step.
just like, no, I can't deal with all this emotion. I'm out. Fine. Can you find us again, please?
Always.
Magpie just breaks down and just gives Xander just
Sure.
a massive hug, like lifting him off his feet. You're cool.
I'm the coolest. You're the second.
No. Puts him down.
So the halfling returns to Goldacre. The boy to the capital. The rest of you?
The boy to the second person that's hopefully not in the capital.
Oh wait, no. The boy wants to go back to
Yeah,
his
the
mum.
boy wants to go back to mum.
So he has to go back to
Yeah.
his mum.
Yeah.
We can't.
You decided the boy could decide, and the boy
Yeah.
picked his mum.
Oh,
And he
sure.
said his mum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he goes back to the capital, and we go back to go to this other person.
Yeah, I think other person
Sure.
would be my vote.
Sure.
Very well. He turns to Xander. Are you ready? What? Now? And he reaches out, takes Xander's hands. As soon as he grasps Xander's hands, just disappeared. Gone. Like the blink spell, but he doesn't come back.
Sure. Yeah, we're all waiting for 6 seconds to pass before
Yeah.
Yeah.
it comes back and it just doesn't.
I do need to just do a quick roll to see something.
Oh what? Xander dies.
I'll message Andy. By the way.
Yeah.
Sol's fan.
We killed your guy.
Okay. Oh no, it's the big. I get to use the big one. My big dice.
Hey.
You got any dice and a character sheet on you, by
300.
the way?
Mine's is shinier.
Okay. Da. Oh, it's okay.
Is that a die?
Sure. Something happened. You don't know.
Oh, right.
So then he turns, and the rest of you are ready.
I hate this.
He waves his hand, and a drawer on his desk flies open, and 4 bits of chalk begin hovering out and just fly over the top of your head and begin drawing on the ground an elaborate circle with arcane runes and pictograms on it.
Fancy.
And he's like, I will message ahead to tell him of your arrival, and then I will send the boy home. Be cautious with your words. He is not a man to trifle with.
Ogber will stay firmly quiet.
Yeah, he's gonna stay. Got one here who isn't gonna be using much
Wow.
in the way of words.
If he tolerates you, I'm sure we'll get on just fine.
Oh my god, stop.
He tolerates me barely.
Oh, we're gonna be so dead.
As the chalks finish their drawing on the floor, bright light emanates from all of the chalk lines shining up, and he gestures towards the teleportation circle he's drawn on the ground.
Can I whisper thank you, chalk?
Sure. And you all walk into the circle.
I'm gonna be last. It's still looking at where Xander was.
Okay.
It's really sad.
I was saying goodbye, Prince Boy. Nice to meet you.
Bye. And then as you're stepping into the circle, he does shout something at you. Magpie, you said you were last, and Tuli, you spoke to him. So both of you make a perception check for me to see if you can make out what the boy says.
If we made a bad decision.
Probably.
That's
We always
16.
make bad decisions.
Mhm.
Perception.
Yeah.
I'm 7 plus 8, so 15.
Okay. You both hear the boy cry, "Say hi to Uncle Arnie!" And that's it. And then bright light,
Cool. All right. Oh, we have an uncle. Right.
bright
Right,
light.
okay.
You can't see anything. And as your vision comes back to you and you adjust to look around your surroundings, that's where we'll end tonight.
Ah,
Hooray!
He was my buddy.
He'll-
A loading screen. for
He'll
the
be
next part.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously Andy's
It's almost like Dave is sick of
I
having
see.
Andy's
these
very
on-
busy.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So it might be a fair amount of time before he gets to join another
That was fair.
D&D. So,
Yeah.
but no matter, we shall soldier on.
Yeah.
Good times, everybody.
Yay.
We might finally get to have a long rest.
Yay.
It's been like
We should have asked if we can do that before we teleport. I was thinking that and I completely forgot.
I mean, it's only been a few hours, but
Yeah.
you know, it's been
Just turn up
6
at
months.
this new place and immediately have a nap.
in real time.
It's like,
Yeah.
hi.
So yeah, thanks everybody for being here. That was a good time.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Anonymous Gifter, who gave a sub to Harper's 2 hours ago, and all the High Rollers people who came in.
Yay.
Thank you for anyone who's still here. Good times, good times. We do this as often as we can, which isn't that often, but we try.
No.
So yeah, the next one will be at some point in the future. We'll work out next time.
soon to be determined.
Yeah, maybe a month, I think. Full Tilt, thanks for the follow, and Duchess and Dragons, thanks for the follow earlier.
Oh, that's a cool username. I like that.
That is a cool
Yeah.
Oh, Full Tilt, I get it. Yes, not Full Tilde. Great. Well, happy times. Non D&D streams. I'll be back next week. Tuesday streams, Thursday streams, weekend streams, and next week and maybe weeks after there will be a special Wednesday stream because I am going to be playing Sea of Thieves with the wonderful Shadow at Noon and How to Be Quiet on Safer Seas. Shadow's never played Sea of Thieves before, so we're going to do it in PvE mode.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Nice,
Yeah.
friendly, chill times. Maybe do some tall tales. We'll see. It'll be great.
Hey, nice.
Fabulous.
So yeah, join us for that. And thanks to my fabulous players.
Yeah.
Good times.
Thank you to the fabulous DM.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the people watching. And yeah. What's my sign-off line? I don't have a sign-off line. Hooray. Let's find someone to raid. Someone will be on. Here we got Mendari. Mendari does D&D homebrew stuff. She makes things. She's currently crafting a crafting system. That sounds fun. Because the crafting rules in 5th edition are relatively light.
In the way that they're just not there.
Yeah. Yeah, back when Trelawney was Douglas, we talked about crafting things and how there's not really anything. Yeah.
And there's just not a way of doing it. I love crafting systems. I don't have the words to express how much I love crafting and making things in games.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to say. I was probably going to say. I meant to say it in the break actually, but now there was. Who was I watching? I was watching a podcast and they had a DM fella on, and he's published a book about. It's like a whole system for fishing called something like.
Oh, amazing.
Why fight dragons when you could be fishing? And it's
Okay.
It's a
whole fishing
homebrew
RPG.
solely for like fishing in
Every
D&D.
every good
Amazing.
game has a fishing
Yeah.
minigame.
That sounds cool.
I did such a bad job of explaining who that was. What's his name?
Someone with a name. Great.
Yes, someone with a name.
Someone with a name.
Sure. That might appear on Discord if you want to find a fishing thing. But yeah, I'll be back.
Brett Ultimus.
Brett Ultimus. Amazing.
Yes.
Great. Thanks everyone. I'll be back Tuesday. See you all soon. Love you all. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Yeah, it's not a pun, it's a riddle. But I think I got this riddle from Are You Afraid of the Dark? I remember as a kid just being like, this is a good riddle.
Dave, thank you so much for the raid. Hello. This is a dad joke.
Riddle, yeah.
Oh my